Hallelujah, hallelujah. All praises, glory, and honor to the Most High. Yahweh, in the name and glory of his only begotten beloved Son, our holy Messiah, Mashiach, Yahweh Shah, or Yahushua, Yahshua, currently sitting at his right hand right now as we speak, along to the King of Kings, waiting to receive orders from his Father on high to invade with the most powerful army in existence and to redeem his elect, his chosen people. So I want to thank the Most High for another Sabbath day. Right back at it with another Torah portion. Remember, we've been hitting heavy in the Exodus and going into us being redeemed, the plagues, going through the Red Sea, our lack of faith, uh, panic amongst our people, being delivered through the Red Sea. As soon as we get delivered, we write us a rap, write us a song. You know what I'm saying? Uh, just slowing down and really extrapolating and pulling out the text. Jewels. We also went into yesterday, or at the beginning of the Shabbat, should I say, Yahshua. When you look up salvation in Exodus 14 and 13 and Exodus 15 and 2, the word salvation is Yahshua in Hebrew, which is one of the few renderings of the Messiah's name. When you go back to 1 Corinthians 10, dealing with Paul, he let it be known that that was the Messiah that was with us leaving Egypt. And even when we look into the Hebrew text and we see Moses say salvation, the word there is Yahshua. Feel me? And you only get them type of Jews by slowing down and examining the actual text, the scriptures, getting into the language and all that. Feel me? All you need to know is basics though for salvation, but just to to dive deeper. Some of us like to fly high, swim deep, whatever one you want to choose. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of us like to go deeper than surface level. But surface level will get you your basics and get you salvation. But it's even more of a faith builder when you dive a little deeper. Be like, ooh, there it is right there. That's another jewel. Bang, that's another jewel. So we went over the pillar of cloud and of fire yesterday. We dealt with how the Most High presence was amongst us and how quick we lost focus. That quick, we lost focus that he was with us and started complaining to leadership, started complaining to Moses. At one point, was about to stone Moses. You feel me? And so the whole moral of the story is, stop losing focus on the Most High so quick. Like focus. Remember the righteous acts he has done for you. A lot of us realize we should be dead right now. Feel me? So remember the mighty acts that the Most High has done for us in our lives. Feel me? The miracles that have happened. Feel me? As soon as you heal up, you know us, we right back at it. Feel me? So today we're gonna be going over Exodus, the 18th chapter through the 20th chapter. We're gonna hit a few prophets as well. Of course, we're gonna get into what they call the New Testament as well. You feel me? Gonna get into that and show even more understandings and mysteries and all that. Also, for y'all that don't know, I got this right here in the letters of Pontius Pilate. We're gonna be going into that probably in the next few days. Feel me? He and her talking about John the Baptist. He and her talking about the Messiah. You feel me? And these are his letters or his correspondence to his Rome. You feel me? And he was talking to him about his problems dealing with his province of Judea. That's what sounds like right there. So we probably be getting that in probably in a day or two. Feel me? And that's shots fired for all the naysayers who claim that the Messiah is not historical. Feel me? We keep pulling up more and more evidence. Right? If this was something that was going to trial, y'all should be nervous. Feel me? Because a lot of y'all put that charge out there. Like, what is it? There's no historical sources on who they call Christ. But that's a lie. It's a lie. Feel me? So all praises to the Most High. First and foremost, can I be heard? Can I be heard? If I can be heard, throw a 7 up in the chat. Let me shout some of y'all out real quick, and then let's get it done. You feel me? Let's get her done. Let's get her done. Everybody in the chat, bing, bing, bing. All right, then we going over this portion is going into the wise admonition and advice that Moshe received from his father-in-law. His father-in-law, Jethro, feel me, whose name actually means his excellence. Feel me? Jethro wasn't just like a little wino father-in-law. Like he was, you know what I'm saying? He was somebody to be looked at with a lot of respect, a lot of honor. He wasn't an Israelite. He was a Midianite, still a descendant of Abraham through his wife Keturah. When you get into Genesis 25, y'all willing, we'll get into that too. You feel me? But he was the spiritual leader, the chief priest of Midian. His name was Jethro, which means his excellence. Yathar, Yod Tav Resh, means like excellence or whatever. So when you put the Y at the end of it for Jethro, you feel me? It means his excellence. So you see his excellence, Jethro, priest and administrator of Midian. And you're going to see through his administration skills, his ingenuity, all that. You feel me? He passed that on to Moses. You feel me? And then Moses, you feel me, set up the different rank and files and the different orders within the nation based off men's capabilities. You feel me? And that's the same thing even in the body of a Mashiach. You got different body parts, many different administrations, but the same body. You feel me? And it was the same thing in the nation. So we're going to show, regardless if you're talking about whatever order, you're talking about, the key word is order. See what I'm saying? You especially if you're talking about the order of Melchizedec, you're talking about the highest, the most disciplined order, not only in the earth, but in the heavens. You feel me? So anybody claiming Melchizedek should be even more disciplined than anybody you got a problem with. You see? But the key word we always overlook is order. Order goes into rule, law. You understand? The opposite of chaos. Feel me? And if there's no type of structure involved, it's gonna be chaotic. Like you can't even set up any type of business and don't put people in certain positions to do certain jobs. You feel me? It's the same thing dealing with a nation, right? We wasn't just skipping through the wilderness and hitting backflips and, you know what I'm saying, doing what we want to do. Everything was in order dealing with the Most High. You feel me? And Moses took the advice of his father-in-law, you feel me? And he set the nation up just like that. Other than that, it would have killed him. You feel me? And he got this advice from actually a Gentile. Jethro was not no Israelite. He was a Midianite. He was a descendant of Abraham, which means he knew of the Most High God, the ways of the Most High, and all that. But he was not no Israelite. But Moses took his advice, you feel me, which proves that the Most High was dealing with that Gentile. Because Moses took his father-in-law's advice and he set up the nation based off his father-in-law administration. You feel me? And everything was able to run. Other than that, Moses would have killed himself. You see? And we're going to deal with the Torah from that aspect. It's just really 2 chapters and a few more after that. We're going to get into it. But we even going to show even in what's called the New Testament, it's the same thing. Administration is set up. The right people got to be put in the right position so the body will function and work. You understand? So all praise to the Most High. Let me grab this right here real quick. And let's go ahead and get her done. Let's go ahead and get her done. All praise, glory, and honor to the Most High, the owner, the creator, the possessor of all things. All right, let me shout y'all out real quick, and then we're going to get her done. We're going to get her done. Who all up on here? All praise to the Most High. Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. My brother, Corey Yehuda. Shabbat Shalom, family. Gladstone and Jamie Morris and Shalom. Sharon Taylor. All praise to the Most High. Irish Stevens. Said it right. Said it right. My sister Odelia. Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Azriel Judah. Shabbat Shalom. Mikael Ben Israel. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, family. August Dreams. I think it's going down. And where they at though? Y'all been on here. I'm commenting late. Y'all been over here. Pers Lockhart, Shalom, Tuvaya. You got the axe, you already know. Head long, Aaron Jacobs. All praise to the Most High, hallelujah. That's right, and Torah proving the Messiah. Solomon McFadden, Shabbat Shalom. All praise, glory, and honor. Shabbat Shalom, Kings. Woody P. Out the mud, Watchman. Shalom, shalom, blessings and honor. Dred Chapman, what it is, Hebrew? What's the word? 12 Tribes athlete in the building. My brother off the grid. Dang, it's going down up in here. Darling, shalom. Mina J. Who else on here? Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, a big Shabbat Shalom to the family. Check to the Nazarenes. T. What's the word down in Memphis? What's the word? Hey, I seen, man, have y'all seen that series on Netflix called Greenleaf? It's about a mega church in Memphis. It's about a mega church in Memphis, believe it or not, boy, and everything that we know that go on inside the so-called Christian church is all up in there, boy. I ain't know if you've seen it yet, T. Red Chapman, man, most High bless you, increase you, and cause you his face to shine upon you, Hebrew. Praises. Where can we gather in the loop, man? Where you want to gather it? What's good? We can get her done. We just putting brothers together, brothers and sisters. Star, you said you read that book, huh? All right, so that's what it do. Let me see. All right, I'm about to read this article real quick for y'all. Roger Stone and his indictment. That's Donald Trump, boy. Everybody around Donald Trump going to jail, boy. Everybody around Donald Trump is going to jail. What's really going on? He mysteriously opened up this government for about 3 weeks yesterday. But that's right after his boy got indicted, old Roger Stone. So we about to see. So we about to see what's up and what's really, really going on around here. All right, look like I can be heard. We all good. That's right, feeling good like a Hebrew should. All praises. I check this out, and then we're gonna get into our topic at hand. Parashat Jethro or Jethro, His Excellence Jethro, priest and administrator of Midian. All right, so I'm about to do me a screen share real quick. Let's read this article, and then we're gonna get her done. We're gonna get her done. We're gonna get her done. All right, bang. Go back here. It's going for y'all real quick. That's right. I'll gather yourselves together. O nation not desired before. Love your God and love his people. Hey, start moving towards your people, man. This is a hectic time and to be living. Very exciting time, but it's beyond hectic. She was happening, blood moons, government shutdowns, all type of stuff. You can keep trying to ignore what it is. We got that problem as a people. We try to ignore our problems away, but dealing with it head on. All right, so this right here is Roger Stone, right here, one of Trump allies. They just indicted this heathen yesterday. All right, so we're gonna read a little bit about this. Then we're gonna get into it. Y'all hit the like, subscribe below. Bang, 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 hit that like button. Go ahead and get this word out real quick. All right, right here, and this off the dailymail.com, fresh out the UK, dailymail.com. Roger Stone emerges defiant wearing a t-shirt with the slogan, Roger Stone did nothing wrong. Look at this heathen here. From his Florida home following indictment in the Russian probe. Trip off this. This heathen put a shirt on. This heathen got him a shirt made. Roger Stone did nothing wrong. I guess he was trying to rhyme a little taste. From his Florida home following indictment in the Russian probe. Now, for y'all that don't know, man, you mess around, got a Russian agent sitting as your president of the United States, right in the White House. You feel me? Trump is being investigated for election rigging. Feel me? And doing certain things with the Russians, which are on the low considered the Americans' enemies. or an adversary. America has been in a Cold War with Russia since right after World War II. You feel me? And that's just basically a war of espionage, silent war for the most part, espionage, double agents, backstabbing, you know, all that mess. Anyway, everybody around Trump is either stepping down or going to jail. You got his Joint Chief of Staff who stepped down because he done withdrew troops out of Syria. You got his lawyer that got locked up, Michael Cohen, his lawyer, and got locked up. You feel me? His close ally, Roger Stone, just got indicted. He hurry up and open the government back up for 3 weeks, threatening a national emergency if he don't get his smart wall. You dig? They mess around, peach this heathen in a few weeks. You never know, man. You never know. My sister Alicia Edwards, shalom. So trip off this. Roger Stone emerged from his home defiant on Saturday as he exchanged words with supporters and neighbors following his high-profile arrest. Stone was less than subtle in proclaiming in his innocence as he wore a T-shirt containing the slogan, "Roger Stone did nothing wrong." Sure, you that rich and got that many allies and that resourceful and that powerful, you ain't did nothing wrong. Stop it. He also took the opportunity to plug a website set up for the public to make donations to his legal defense fund. Heathen, you got money. Stop it. Stone said he believed FBI Director Christopher Wray should be fired over the manner of his arrest, saying it was an effort by authorities to intimidate me. He claimed one of his dogs is traumatized and won't stop shaking after armed guards swooped on his Fort Lauderdale in an early morning raid on his home. Now look at him. Now he's making a complaint that his dog is traumatized. Huh? What about our people that are psychologically traumatized and damaged for over 2,000 years? He tripping off his dog being traumatized. Ain't that something? And guess what? If he sue, he gonna get paid too. Believe it or not. The longtime confidant of President Trump faces 7 charges brought by special counsel Robert Mueller, including all right, here it is right here. The longtime confidant of President Trump faces 7 charges brought by special counsel Robert Mueller, including making false statements to Congress. Y'all heard that? Been lying to Congress, have you, heathen? The 66-year-old said the heavily armed manner of his arrest on Friday was unnecessary because he would have voluntarily turned himself in. He maintained that there is no evidence against him and that he will not be bullied into turning against the president. He's accused of making multiple false statements to Congress about his contact with WikiLeaks and wrongly denying having records of the conversation. Stone is also accused of trying to persuade a witness to provide false testimony to and withhold pertinent information from the investigation. Man, look, them heathens don't come that hard and they ain't got no evidence on you out. Stop it. Heathens don't rush like that. You dealing with the feds. You feel me? There's a reason why they got a 98% conviction rate. Feel me? When they prosecute, they win for the most part. There ain't too many people beat no Fed case. By the time they come at you, you already got. They already got all the evidence they need. You feel me? So you can wear a T-shirt all you want, claiming you ain't did nothing wrong. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing. You feel me? And what you seeing, y'all, is this beast turning on itself. You feel me? What would you think would happen after all these years of robbing, raping, pillaging, villaging? You feel me? Receiving all this power and through rape, robbery, and murder. How did you think this would turn out? You feel me? Why? Look, if your boy Martin Luther King, Michael King, right? If Michael King, or you know him as Martin Luther King Jr., told you before he died that he feared that he integrated his people into a burning house, y'all, that was 51 years ago. If the house was on fire 51 years ago, what is it now? You see? This ain't a time for you to be comfortable. Our people, even during the civil rights era, and I largely disagree with a lot of that madness. You understand? But they weren't comfortable. Our people are comfortable. You heard Trump and open up the government for another 3 weeks, you done put your guards down. right? This place is coming down. You understand? For the rape, robbery, the murder, the bloodshed that didn't happen to the children of God when you done talking. You feel me? And no, it's not about to be a smooth transition. That's what y'all hoping for. Y'all hoping this thing be smooth when you wake up, yawn, sniff the Folgers, sniff your little coffee, and you know, it's all good. That just was a dream. No, this thing is about to be hands-on, proactive, right to your face. Game on, man. Game on. The powers that be know who you are. Right? And what you're seeing is them turning on themselves, which is beautiful if you ask me. Roger Stone emerged from his Florida home. We read that basically, right? So what we read was basically a summary of everything that's going on. This that heathen right here, Roger Stone. Look at this heathen. Look at this heathen. Look, who was it? Israeli Defense Forces. My family been getting destroyed for the past 2,000 years. Devil, I don't even know what you on. Like, we is not some deceived so-called Christians. We are the children of God when you done talking. And I'm glad you commented. That only shows that you heathens, you devils are watching. You feel me? And what are the rest of the 12 tribes at, since y'all the kingdom of Judah? What are 12 tribes at? You don't even know. Talking about your family ain't died in the Holocaust. Y'all heathens was there about a good 4 years. You dig? We talking about a 400 years at least. And then we've been ran out of Jerusalem for the past 2,000 years. Get the hell off my damn feed. Talking about your family didn't die. Nigga, we've been getting destroyed from sun up to sundown since we arrived on the shores of America. You got the nerve to try to throw the Holocaust in there like that can hold a candle to what we've been through. The problem with these devils, man, and these Negroes. That's the problem. You feel me? Everybody want to talk about their issues, but then when the Israelites bring up what it is, everybody like get over it, or like you can hold like the atrocities your people went through can hold a candle to what me and mine went through and going through. You feel me? We ain't even had no type of counsel for over 400 years of psychological trauma. This heathen talking about his dog traumatized. Got the nerve to get on here talking about some, your family didn't die in the Holocaust, so you can make fun. We are Israel, buddy. Anyway. All right, so that's Roger Stone right there. Look at this heathen, proud and arrogant. Look at them fish lips. Look at them fish lips. That heathen. Roger Stone did nothing wrong. You look, you're friends with Donald Trump. It's over for thou. I wouldn't look at him. If I weren't effective, wouldn't hate me. Stone cold since 1968. Heathens. Roger Stone. Hey, y'all look him up. Y'all peep everything he been into since the 60s and all that. You feel me? There's another heathen fully involved. You understand? Fully involved in all this madness. All right. Y'all look up Roger Stone. That's a little homework. Check him on out. You be like, oh, this Trump boy that just got indicted. All right. Wearing a beret and jeans, Stone also gave the double V for victory sign in a nod to his political idol, former President Richard Nixon. Wow. His t-shirt also contained a headshot of Nixon, with Stone previously admitting he has an image of Nixon's face tattooed on his back. This heathen sound like he's a sodomite. Richard Nixon tatted on your back? He heathen sound like a sodomite. Since his arrest, he has proclaimed his innocence and said he is ready to fight the charges against him. And reflecting that defiant sentiment, the back of his t-shirt read, "If I weren't effective, you wouldn't hate me." Stone Cold in 1968. He later appeared in a playful mood as he went to shake hands with supporters and neighbors gathered outside his home. Look, it's all over but the shouting. You can try all that all you want. Feds don't rush and they don't got a case. T-shirt contained a link to the website aiming to raise funds to a newly created website that meets Stone's legal costs. Look at these heathens. The website RogerStoneLegalDefenseFund.com contains an option to donate various amounts of money with no limit as he looks to set to mount his legal challenge. Indictment, huh? Messing with these Russians. If y'all don't know, man, if y'all ain't never tripped off the it's a show that used to come on FX called The Americans. Understand? And it's about the early 80s, and I think when Reagan was president and all that extra. It did. But your little average suburban white couple, they even got American accents. But on the low, they be little double agents, man. That's what's going on here. You feel me? Believe it or not, you mess around and have a Russian agent as a president of the United States of America. Believe it or not. Feel me? Sound hard to digest, I know. Feel me? So I wanted to go over there with y'all too. We about to get into these scriptures though. We're going to Exodus the 18th chapter. And again, this is the Torah portion, Jethro or Yethro, which means his excellence. And for y'all know who Jethro is, he's Moses' father-in-law, the father of Moses' wife Zipporah. She was a Midianite. The Midianites actually descend from Abraham. You check Genesis 25, feel me? And you'll see that Abraham had more sons. You know what I'm saying? Abraham had more women and more sons, you feel me? And he had children by several concubines, plural, and he also had another wife named Keturah. Now, through this union of Keturah, he had one of his sons' name was Midian, you feel me? And they ended up becoming the Midianites. Believe it or not, they actually became enemies of ours on down the line later on in history. But Moses' father-in-law was a priest, the spiritual leader, you feel me, of Midian. And his name Jethro actually means his excellence. So let me show y'all that real quick. Y'all be like, Mally making stuff up. Yeah, I hear you. I hear it. See if the Strongs come on there like that. Should be able to get the letter. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Just get the numbers right next to it, so we ain't got to do no extra. All right, so this is where we at right here, right? Exodus 18 and 1. All right, so I'm gonna click on Jethro, H3503. H3503. We done been complaining. We done went through the wilderness. The Most High done gave us water. You feel me? He done rained down food out the heavens. You dig? He done sent quail. He done sent manna for 40 years. He did all that. He did all that. He did all that for like 40 years. You feel me? So everything that we needed to, that we were complaining about, the Most High even provided for us. And in dropping even the manna, he was training us for the Sabbath day, getting us retrained. And then on the 6th day, we were supposed to prep and double up. The 6th day, we were supposed to prep and double up so we wouldn't have to go out in the field on Shabbat day to gather. Wouldn't have been out there anyway. Feel me? So the Most High, even though we were being inconvenienced, you feel me, we were being led by the Most High. This pillar of cloud by day and this pillar of fire by night. When it moved, we moved. When it stopped, we pitched tent. And it's the presence of the Most High. We also went into the word salvation, showed that the name for salvation in Hebrew is Yahshua. One of the names, one of the few ways to say the Messiah's name in Hebrew. Some say Yahushua, Yahoshua, Yahshua. You feel me? So when Paul said that Christ or Mashiach was with us, leaving Egypt in 1 Corinthians 10, it ain't that hard to believe. All right, so this right here is Jethro. Y'all can read the script, Yethro or Jethro. All right, it's a masculine noun. It comes from the word yeter. You feel me? Now trip off this. His excellence or his abundance, Jethro. This man here was someone that was abundant in knowledge. He was a dignitary of a foreign country. He wasn't just some whiner on the corner. He wasn't Moses' little chump, little father-in-law. You feel me? He was a person that was loaded with wisdom, abundance. You feel me? He was considered an excellent brother. And even though he was a Midianite, right? When you get down here, it says his abundance, and it said father-in-law of Moses, also Jethro. And then when you read the Strong's definition right here, it says Jethro from H3499. It says his excellence, Jethro, Moses' father-in-law. You compare the other ones. So his abundance, his excellence, it comes from this word right here. Let's go ahead and click on that real quick. Yether. Show that real quick. This is the root word for Jethro. Yether. See? Notice it says rest, remnant, residue, leave, excellency. You got down here excess, abundantly, superiority. See? So this right here, and again, y'all, if you ever want to get like deeper into what's going on, look up the definition of names and places when you're dealing with this Hebrew. You're dealing with the scripture. You know what I'm saying? Be a lot of Jews start jumping out. You'd be like, oh, Jethro wasn't just, you know what I'm saying, some little chump little father-in-law that didn't just like Moses or whatever. You know, he actually was someone that was loaded with abundance, loaded with knowledge. And obviously Moses knew this because he took heed to his advice that we about to read about right now. All right. So I just want to show y'all that just real quick. Jethro, all right, his excellence or his abundance. Feel me? It's showing you that this is someone not to be sneezed at or looked at like he's some type of chump sucker. That's somebody like, oh, hold on. You know what I'm saying? Even though he's of another nation, this is a solid man right here. All right. So solid that Moses listened to him. All right. So it says, when Jethro, the priest is a spiritual leader. You understand? That's further proof that he just wasn't some chump. You understand? The fact that he's even a priest or a Kohen or a Kohan, you feel me? Lets you know that he's initiated into whatever it is, priest, principal officer, or chief ruler. So this man holds a high position in Midian. Now see that? He's a Kohen or a Kohan. He holds a top position. Notice it says right there, it says chief ruler. So like if you ever watched any type of movie and a foreign dignitary come in, they'd be like, His Excellence, His Excellency, His Majesty, so and so. So, you know what I'm saying? Jethro, which means His Excellency, the chief ruler of Midian. Look up this place, Midian, real quick, right? The chief ruler or spiritual leader of Midian. Now, if any of y'all know about the Hebrew, you already seeing what it's going. Mem, Dalet, Yod, Nun, Midian, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to search out the root word of this, where it come from, and notice what it's going to go back to. All right, so I'm going to go right here, root word etymology of Midian, right? They saying H4079. Let's go there real quick. Get there. This is what you do when you extrapolate and reading these scriptures. You feel me? Once you start diving deeper into the definitions, you'll start seeing like the story pop out at you, like the hidden jewels, right? The scripture is not just surface deep. It ain't just surface level. All right. Right here is where I wanted to go. It took us all the way back to a root word right here. This one right here. Blew my mind when I looked at it. All right. So Midian, the only difference between Midian and what you see up here on the board, Dean, is that it's a M or a mem in front of it. Now, what does Dean mean? I ever heard of, we got a sister named Dinah or Dinah. You got a brother or a tribe named Don or Dan, right? Guess what this means? It means to judge, to contend, to plead, to act as judge, minister, judgment, to plead a cause, to execute judgment, requite, vindicate, to govern, to contend, to strive. We got a famous prophet in the Bible called Daniel, right? Don, there it is again. The root word is Don or Dean, right? Meaning to judge, meaning to rule. So saying all that to say this, y'all. Again, Jethro wasn't just somebody that you, like, if he opened his mouth and speak, that you just sneeze at whatever he's talking about. I'd be like, oh, this crazy Negro Jethro talking again. No, he was a chief ruler, a spiritual leader. He was known, his name actually means His Excellency or His Abundance, right? And he was chief ruler of Midian, and Midian come from the Hebrew word Don or Din, which means to judge. So this man wasn't just a chief ruler. His administration and ingenuity skills were off the chain. Yes, Moses' father-in-law, Jethro, right? And as we keep reading, we're gonna read about this wisdom that Jethro gave Moses. He gave him some major league wisdom. You feel me? And Moses hearkened to him. Now, this is the great prophet Moses. What he doing listening? If I listen to some of you Negroes to say nobody else got the Most High don't deal with nobody else, period. Now I listen to that, then what is it that why is Moses even listening to his father Jethro? Why? That don't make no sense at all. It don't make no sense. All right. All right, so right here, Exodus 18:1 again. Exodus 18:1. Let me get on back there. Get on back there. Bing, bing, bing. Exodus 18 and 1. Can y'all see that? Do I need to make that a little bigger? Turn your phone to the side or something. Let's see. Yeah, pre-Aaronic priesthoods in the Bible. One of them is Melchizedec. Feel me? One of them is Melchizedec. But Midian, Moses' father-in-law, he was a priest of Midian. The Midianites come from Abraham. And the ways of Abraham, he taught to all his children. Feel me? But when we get into this wisdom, yeah, he was a Hebrew. He wasn't an Israelite. He don't descend from Jacob. He descend from Abraham. Once we get to the wisdom that he was given and how Moses listened and how the nation was set up, you know all good and well that this was some wisdom that was given to him by the Almighty. All right. And when Jethro, the priest of Midian, Moses' father-in-law, heard of all that the Most High had done for Moshe and for Israel, his people, and that Yahweh had brought Israel out of Egypt. Verse 2. Jethro, Moshe's father-in-law, took Zipporah, Moshe's wife, after he had sent her back, and her two sons, of which the name of the one was Gershom. He said, I have been an alien in a strange land. And the name of the other was Eleazar, for the Most High of my father said he was mine help. You learn in Hebrew. Eleazar mean God is my helper. Gershom mean alien or stranger. Right? And deliver me from the sword of Pharaoh. And Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, came with his sons and his wife unto Moshe into the wilderness, where he encamped at the mount of God. Wow, so he came to Sinai, right? And he said unto Moses, I, thy father-in-law Jethro, am come unto thee, and thy wife and her two sons with her. Moshe went out to meet his father-in-law and did obeisance and kissed him. And they asked each other of their welfare, and they came into the tent. So when it says obeisance, let's look right here. What does this mean? H78:12. Let's look it up. Shakah, I already know what it means. That's wild. Shakah, this is what Moses did. He bowed to his father-in-law, bowed to him, prostrated himself before a superior in homage. You got this happening in the Bible a lot. When Obadiah ran up on Elijah, he bowed to him in 1 Kings 18, 1-6. Feel me? So in other words, Moses had the utmost respect, and he showed it through his action to his father-in-law, who wasn't just some wino on crack. You feel me? At the corner store. No, his father-in-law was the chief ruler, the spiritual leader. His name actually means his excellence of Midian. And he's flowing with an abundance of wealth and understanding. You feel me? So notice that it said Moses did obeisance. Let's go back to the Hebrew word shakah. All right, verse 7 again. And Moshe went out to meet his father-in-law and did obeisance, meaning he bowed to him. You feel me? Showed him respect and kissed him, not on his lips. We're not into no sodomite type stuff. It's the custom you even see a lot of Muslims do today. Or you see some of the Hebrews. You feel me? It's an ancient custom. It's not lip locking. Get that out your mind. You feel me? It's how we used to greet each other back in the day. All right. And kissed them, and they asked each other of their welfare, and they came into the tent. And Moshe told his father-in-law all that Yahweh had done unto Pharaoh and the Egyptians for Israel's sake, and all the travail that had come upon them by the way, and how Yahweh delivered them. And Jethro rejoiced. Trip off that, right? Jethro was not an Israelite. He a Hebrew, but he's not an Israelite. But he's rejoicing. See? And Jethro rejoiced for all the goodness which Yahweh had done to Israel, whom he had delivered out of the hand of the Egyptians. And Jethro, his excellence, his abundance, right? And Jethro said, blessed be Yahweh. Now look at this priest of Midian. Blessed be Yod Hey. And Jethro knew the name of the Most High, huh? Oh, man. And Jethro said, blessed be Yahweh, who have delivered you out of the hand of the Egyptians and out of the hand of Pharaoh. who have delivered the people from under the hand of the Egyptians. Now I know that Yahweh is greater than all gods. Trip off that. Trip off that. This is Jethro talking. Now I know that Yahweh, your God, right, is greater than all gods. Woo, that's powerful. You feel me? And that's coming off the mouth of somebody that's already a priest. Y'all see that? So right here, now I know that Yahweh is greater than all gods, for in the thing wherein they dealt proudly, he was above them. Ooh, wait, that verse 12 coming up. Verse 12, yeah, taking the knee is showing obeisance. That's true. That's true. When they Negroes down there bowing and they're taking a knee, you feel me? Talking about something they say in the national anthem, we gonna take a knee. You shouldn't take no knee out. Last thing you need to do, you was better off sitting on the bench. Don't take no knee. You feel me? And trip off this right here. Verse 12. All right, verse 12. Then it says, and Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, took a burnt offering. Now he about to sacrifice. So he had knowledge of how to properly sacrifice to the Almighty. He had knowledge on how to properly sacrifice to the Almighty. Trip off that. Right? And Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, took a burnt offering and sacrifices for the Most High. And Aharon came and all the elders of Israel to eat bread with Moshe's father-in-law before the Most High. So Jethro, the Midianite, is there. They eating of the sacrifices and everything. The high priest Aharon is there. Moshe is there. The elders of Israel, right? And they there to eat bread or to eat with Moses' father-in-law before the Almighty. So obviously, the Most High is even respecting Jethro's sacrifices. Huh? And he letting it be known. Now I know that Yahweh is greater than all gods. Because you gotta realize, you gotta realize the thing that just happened dealing with Egypt or Mitzrayim being overthrown, man. You gotta realize that was something major and all the surrounding nations heard about it. It was like, whoa. See? I trip off this. All right. So now you got Moses and the elders of Israel eating with Moses' father-in-law, who happened to be a Midianite. Who has knowledge of the Most High. He knows the name sacrifice. And he knows how to properly sacrifice to the Almighty. Feel me? That the Most High respect the sacrifice. Right? And it came to pass on the morrow. Trip off this. Now remember, y'all, this is a nation we talking about here. And that's one of the problems you're going to see in Israel in this late hour. Everybody's playing this nation like it's religion. Feel me? A lot of people are comfortable in this captivity, and a lot of people are sleeping our people with their doctrine, putting you right to sleep. This is not a religion. You are a nation of people. You are a divine nation of people that receive divine instruction, divine laws. You have a God that'll kill nations for you and everything. You know what I'm saying? And regardless of the murmuring and all that, we still had to be together when you done talking. Feel me? And that's the spirit that the Most High is pushing through the earth in these final hours. Israel start moving toward each other, man. To open up them lines of communications and start dialoguing and being resourceful with your people. That's one thing any type of government shutdown should teach you. You feel me? It's time for us to depend on our God and love his people, period. When you're done talking. You feel me? And you should be well grounded enough within whatever it is you believe, you understand, to sit in the hot seat and dialogue about these things. You should always be ready to do that and chop it up. You feel me? All right, this is verse 13. All right, Exodus 18 and 13. And it came to pass on the morrow that Moshe sat to judge the people, and the people stood by Moshe from the morning until the evening. So here go Moses judging the people, right? Not killing nobody and nothing, but judging them, right? Judging between what's right and what's wrong. And believe it or not, you understand? That's what you called to do, Israel. Especially you men. You called to police the situation, man. The word is shafat. Same word for the book of Judges. Shapat or shafat, some of the brothers say. All right? It means to judge, to plead, to defend, to execute. All right? To act is right here. To judge, govern, or vindicate. Punish. To act as lawgiver. or judge or governor of God or man, to rule, to govern, to judge. Think about this, to decide controversy. You see? To decide controversy. That's the one thing that's gonna happen. We tend to get into this way of walk and belief and start thinking everything gonna be smooth or everything's gonna spread on like some butter or some parquet. But it's impossible that, but problems must arise. You're gonna have problems. The thing is, how do you deal with them? Do you gather all information and hold it over somebody's head for 5 years? Or do you sit down and deal with each situation according to the Torah, according to the Gospels? Feel me? That way you can be a righteous decision. All right. When you bring down some type of judgment or decision concerning controversy between Israelite brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying, spouses, whatever it may be. You feel me? Especially if you call yourself some type of teacher or leader. You can't act like you're not no type of counselor. You are. You got the Bible right in your hand. You see? See, everything's already laid out. The problem is when we start leaning to our own understanding, you feel me, giving our own carnal personal reasons on why we feel we ought to, you know what I'm saying, or a decision should be made. We got that bad too. That's something you need to stay away from, Zion. Feel me? Get out the habit of making decisions, you feel me, about your life, about certain individuals, about whatever, and you're not bringing the Bible into the situation. Feel me? If you're not bringing the scriptures into the situation, but you're here to have some type of meeting or some type of judgment about a situation, but the Bible's not allowed, you feel me? Or the Bible is hushed, that's an ungodly meeting. You feel me? And the Most High is not happy with that. If the scriptures are not allowed, this is a den of devils. You see? So notice what Moses is doing. He's sitting to judge the people. He's deciding controversy amongst the people. That's right there. That's wrong. Y'all don't need to do that based off the commands. That ain't what we're supposed to be doing. All right. So this is Moses, and it came to pass on the morrow that Moshe set to judge the people, deciding controversy. And the people stood by Moses from morning unto evening, all day. Can you imagine that, boy? You talking about millions of people. Never forget that. These are some fast trials going on too, boy. You talking about millions of people, right? Now trip off the wisdom that Moses' father-in-law, Jethro, his excellence, the chief ruler, the spiritual leader of the Midianites. Trip off this infinite wisdom that the Most High gave him. And when Moses' father-in-law saw all that he did to the people, he said, "What is this thing that thou doest to the people? Why sittest thou thyself alone, and all the people stand by thee from morning unto evening?" So what is Jethro saying, man? You tripping. You doing all this by yourself, man. This is a nation. You see? You brothers got to, and sisters got to get out that mindset of like, it's just you. If you ain't rocking with me, then you ain't in the truth. You got to get out of that. You know what I'm saying? You are a nation of people. You look up and you trying to do all this stuff by yourself. No, man, get your administration on. For me, put the proper brothers and sisters in the proper places so whatever you got going on can run. But if you think you can be able to run a nation by yourself, you ain't even gonna be able to run no business by yourself. Not nothing major like that. You understand? The right people got to be put in the right position. And that's the thing. You feel me? And a lot of people don't want to deal with that, but that's the truth. The right people have to get put in the right position for this thing to run. So, you know, so from the perspective of leadership, you feel me? For you brothers that's out there that's leaders, you understand? You can't do this thing by yourself, man. You can't do this thing by yourself. The proper brothers and sisters must be put into the right position, right? So Moses' father-in-law, in his infinite wisdom that he was dealing with from the Most High, Jethro, he says, why sittest thou thyself alone, and all the people stand by thee from morning to evening? Why? Why are you doing this alone? Why are you deciding controversy alone by yourself? What is this? And when we get to the book of Acts, the same thing came up. Same thing, showing you that was moving in the same spirit, to show you that what Jethro was saying was of the Most High. Now, what if Moses was like, you can't tell me nothing, you Midianites? You not no Israelites? Uh, come on, man. You ain't no Israelites. You feel me? No, he understood. He understood the reputation of Jethro. He understood he was abundant in knowledge and wisdom, abundant in administration. Understood that he was the chief ruler, the spiritual ruler. You understand? And he was his father-in-law, man. So he just wasn't no cat that you just looked at like, he ain't talking about nothing. This, if he when he spoke, listen. All right. So this, and Moses said unto his father-in-law, because the people come unto me to inquire of the Most High. They have a matter, they come unto me, and I judge between one and another. And I do make them know the statutes of Elohim and his laws. Moshe's father-in-law said unto him, the thing that thou doest is not good. What are you doing? Thou will surely whir away. You burning the candle at both ends. That's what the elders used to say back in the day. You burn the candles at both ends. Tripping. All right. Thou will surely whir away, both thou and this people that is with thee, for this thing is too heavy for thee. Thou art not able to perform it thyself alone. Remember that. Remember that. Even when you're feeling alone, like it ain't nobody. Most High told even Elijah, I don't reserve 7,000 soldiers that have not dropped the knee or bowed to Baal to this day. You're never alone. Right? But even when you're in a position, again, y'all, you may be in a position of leadership and you got this headstrong thing that you got to do everything yourself. Now, put the right people in their proper position. That's what you need to do. Put the right people in the proper position. Other than that, you are going to kill yourself. You're going to have a mutiny on your hands, and whatever you got going on will be overthrown before the cock crow. Right? Even the Messiah put people into positions. Right? And it's something that we can learn. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with this Torah portion right here. We definitely can learn a lot. You understand? From Moses dealing with his father-in-law, Jethro. A lot of it. All right? Trip off this. Verse 19, hearken now unto my voice. I will give thee counsel. Trip off that. Counsel, right? Let's look this word counsel up. H3289. Counsel. I will give thee counsel. Listen unto my voice. Right? This is his son-in-law. Down to. I ain't gonna get on y'all right now. Outline of biblical uses. Counsel, right? To advise, to consult, to give counsel, to purpose, to devise, plan, to advise, counsel, give counsel, consult. All right. Strong's definition, ya'atz, a primitive root to advise reflexively, or resolve, advertise, take advice, advise well, consult, give, take, counsel. You see what I'm saying? So he's saying, listen to my advice. I got something to give you. Right? Now, had Moses been in the mindset of some of these Hebrews today, he'd have been like, you uncircumcised, well, you a Midianite. You can't tell me nothing. We'll be learning from this. Don't be silly like that. We even read with Abraham. We even read that Abraham had confederates. Abraham had confederates in this truth. And they weren't people that were Shemitic. They was actually Hamitic. You know, as Africans. He had a few of them that was his allies in this walk. You feel me? So Moses' father-in-law actually was somebody that was outside the nation, but his counsel didn't fall on deaf ears. His advice didn't fall on deaf ears. Moses listened to him. You see? Trip off that. Why you got the scripture to tell you be careful to entertain strangers? You may be entertaining an angel or a messenger. You feel me? How you know he ain't got a message for you? How you know that? Right? Or how you know that, just like in the book of Tobit, that was Raphael, the archangel, the whole time walking with him. How you know that? You see? The problem is we put the Most High in the box and we try to determine ourselves who the Most High gonna deal with and who he ain't gonna deal with. You feel me? That ain't the script. You know what I'm saying? That ain't the script, right? If you got the wisdom of the Most High, you're gonna hear it when it's spoken. If you got a spiritually discerning heart or mind, you're gonna hear wisdom when it's spoken. You feel me? You're gonna hear it and be like, oh, okay, that's what it is. So don't be so caught up in that outer cup. All right. Hearken now to my voice, I will give thee counsel or godly advice. and the Most High shall be with you. See, so Jethro knew the advice that he was given, you feel me, was godly wisdom. It was given to him by the Most High, and the Most High will be with thee. Be thou for the people to God ward, that thou mayest bring the causes unto God. He was like, look, you just be the mediator. You bring the causes to the Most High power. You do that. You play the mediator. You play the mediator, right? Verse 20. And thou shalt teach them ordinances and laws, and shall show them the way. I Shalom. And thou shalt teach them ordinances and laws, and shall show them the way wherein they must walk, and the work that they must do. And thou shalt teach them, read it again, and thou shalt teach them ordinances and laws, and shall show them the way wherein they must walk, and the work that they must do. Moreover, thou shalt provide out of all the people able men. Notice, for a nation, what's given for a nation is divine ordinances and laws. You see, the Most High didn't tell Moses, or even Jethro, he didn't tell Moses, like, teach them this religion right here. All right. If this is a nation, you understand, it's shown, the Most High is showing he's providing for this nation. Well, whether they asking for water, whether they asking for quail, they didn't got manna, you know what I'm saying, honey glazed biscuits, basically. You feel me? But what's next is we must be instructed on what this is, right? And thou shalt teach them ordinances and laws, and shall show them the way wherein they must walk. See, the way we walk, when it says train up a child in the way that he shall go, and when he is old, he will not depart, because the way you're supposed to train your children is ordinances and laws, and statutes and judgments. It's what show them and train them up in what pleases the Almighty, wherein they must walk in the work that they must do. Moreover, about this, moreover, thou shalt provide out of all people. Thou shalt provide out of all people able men, such as fear the Most High, men of truth. Trip off that, hating covetousness, and place such over them to be rulers of thousands, and rulers of hundreds, rulers of fifties, and rulers of tens. Trip off that right there. You see in the godly advice or wisdom that Jethro was giving Moses, he's saying the men that you gonna relegate all this through, they got to be able men or faithful men, right? They gotta have fear of the Most High, so they gotta have the skill for the position. You understand? And be faithful in it. Have fear of the Most High. They have to be known as men of truth, meaning they keep the commandments. Hating covetousness, guess what? Meaning they not greedy and lustful. Meaning they can't be bribed and bought off. These are the type of men that the Most High has in store to lead this people. You understand? Even in the Messiah's kingdom, the saints shall judge the world. His kingdom is divvied up into administration and all that. Hey, we gonna judge the world. We even gonna judge angels. The saints shall. You see? But notice how you're gonna have to be. You're gonna have to be able. You're gonna have the ability to do such and be faithful. You're gonna have to fear the Most High Yahweh. You're gonna have to be a man of truth, and you're gonna have to hate covetousness. You understand? That's something that take a nation down real quick. Somebody that's covetous, you coveting what somebody else has, meaning what? Whatever he has, you want his. It ain't good enough for you to go get it yourself. You want his, right? True leaders hate covetousness. Most I done blessed you with something, I'm happy for you. I don't want your stuff. You feel me? That's what the Most High bless you with. You feel me? You see, these are the type of leaders that the Most High is raising up. These are the leaders that will eventually rule this earth. And I know that sounds taboo today. You're like, oh my God, what do you mean? You feel me? The way the so-called Hebrew man is looked at today, you can't even fathom a day when you're going to be ruling this earth, can you? Like, our people can't even fathom that. You know what I'm saying? But it's coming, right? And it's time for us, you feel me? It's time for us to go ahead and get ourselves together. You feel me? We start practicing for these things now. There's nothing wrong with you being disciplined. There's nothing wrong with you being being structured and in order. There's nothing wrong with that, man. You understand? Like how we call ourselves in the truth, but the so-called Christian church is more organized than us. The so-called Nation of Islam is more organized than us. How are you in the truth? Like you're not applying none of this wisdom. Jethro had wisdom from the Most High. You feel me? It had enough sense to know, look, you better split this thing and divvy this thing up so you don't kill yourself. And these are the type of people that you need to seek out. All right? Able men, such as fear the Most High, men of truth, hating covetousness, and place such over them to be rulers of thousands and rulers of hundreds, rulers of 50s, and rulers of 10s. Y'all see that? So everything get passed up rank. Start down, you know what I'm saying? 10, go up, 50s, up to 100s, up to thousands. See, so yeah, he set up rulers over the people. Let's look this word ruler up. To be rulers or chiefs. Feel me? It's just what it is. And there's nothing to be scared of. Ah, sure. Yeah, that's French, y'all. That's Prince. That's Shah. That's the Shah and that's the Rish. Chin and the Rish. That's Prince. Look at that, 208 times. 208 times in the KJV. Prince, 208 times. Captain, 130 times. Chief, 33 times. Ruler, 33 times. You understand? So he was setting up princes or captains, captains of thousands, captains of hundreds, captains of 50s, and captains of 10s. You say, well, that ain't like that in the New Testament. We're going to see. We're going to see. Because it's just different wording, but it's basically the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Bishops, deacons, teachers, apostles. You understand? Disciples. All of that. It's just different wording, but it's basically the same thing. You understand? Many different members to Hamashiach's body and many different administrations, but it's all one body. Same right here with the nation. There's different functions and different administrations of the nation, but it's what? One nation. All right. And you see Moses is getting this from his excellence, his father-in-law, Jethro, the chief ruler, you understand, or spiritual leader of Midian. When you get down to the root word of Midian, you come to the word Din or Dan, which means to judge. You see, right? To judge or to sort out controversy and all that. You feel me? Also the word Shaphat, to judge. You see? So when we look up the names of places and the names of people in the Bible, certain Jews start unlocking. Like, oh, okay. Feel me? And then you can, you know what I'm saying, start extrapolating more jewels up out of the verses. Slow down and read this Bible. Right? We speed reading right through it and missing so much. All right, so now we know that according to Jethro's godly wisdom or advice, Moses listened to, Jethro's counsel, right? These men had to meet certain characteristic traits that show you everybody ain't meant to lead, man. It's like everybody ain't fit to teach. Just what it is. Everybody's not meant to lead. All right? Well, it ain't for you to get mad. Dang, I'm only a captain over 10. He a captain over 1,000. Play your part, man. Whatever position that you are in dealing with the Most High, and he gonna get it out. But whatever position that you in, play your part, man, and perfect it. You understand? But rulership has to be divvied up like that. Any kingdom got to be divvied up like that. Even in Yahweh's kingdom. You feel me? He's the chief judge, and his father's judge over him. He's the chief judge, and then he passing judgment off to his people. You understand? Certain things that you're gonna have to deal with. You understand? And you have to be an able man. You gotta have fear of the Most High, which is the deep reverence and respect for him. You gotta be a man of truth, and you gotta hate covetousness. Meaning you can't be somebody that's caught up in the spirit of wanting what your neighbor has. Right? And if you don't have that spirit, then that means you can't be bought off. See, that's the day. See, you can bribe these politicians today, but a real leader, a real man of Yod Hey Wahey, you can't pay him off. You can't pay him off. All right, that's just what it is. All right, verse 22. Trip off this. And let them judge the people at all seasons. And it shall be that every great matter they shall bring unto thee, but every small matter they shall judge. So shall it be easier for yourself and they shall bear the burden with thee. You see that? So that way, the burden of running an entire nation ain't all on one man. It's divvied up. You see what I'm saying? So they say, so Jethro was telling Moses, you heard the great matters, all that small stuff, like so and so and all them arguing over about the flat earth. Let the little bucks handle that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is you doing? We got a nation around. What we doing over here arguing about something that's small and minute? Send the captain of 10 over there to handle that. Send the captain of 100 over there to handle that mission. He probably sent the captain of 10 or whatever. You said, well, brother, that sounds too militant. We gonna do this. We gonna get into the book of Acts and we gonna see the exact same thing. Exact same thing. You feel me? The disciples told them, like, look, y'all choose y'all some brothers, able men, men that are filled with the Ruach HaKodesh, the set apart spirit. And y'all handle that little stuff. We'll handle the big stuff. See? That's just what it is. You feel me? So this is genius, actually. You understand? This is godly wisdom. And Moshe did very, very good in listening to the counsel of his father-in-law, his excellence, Jethro, the chief ruler, spiritual leader of Midian, who obviously understood what he was talking about. All right? Obviously understood it. All right, now trip off this. It says, Exodus 18:23, if thou shalt do this thing, and Elohim command thee so, then thou shalt be able to endure, and all this people shall also go to their place in peace. Hallelujah. You understand? He said, if you do this thing and the Most High green lighted, then you'll be able to endure. Feel me? You doing trying to take all this on yourself when you got able-bodied. This reason the Most High raised up and put the spirit on certain brothers to get certain things done. Sisters as well. If the Most High puts something on you, make sure you act on it. Don't be the ones that sit on a righteous inspiration and don't do nothing. All right? Verse 24. So Moses hearkened to the voice of his father-in-law and did all that he had said. And Moshe chose able men out of all Israel and made them heads over the people. Trip off that. Rulers of thousands, rulers of hundreds, rulers of 50s, and rulers of 10s. Heads, right? Look up heads. It's probably Rosh. Rosh mean head. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I Rosh, which mean head. It's the root word that's in Bereshit of Genesis as well. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother topic. We'll get into it, boy. You get into that Hebrew, boy, stuff to start unlocking. You be like, wow. All right, so right here, translated as head, but it also translated as chief. See that? Top, beginning, company, captain, principal. So it sounds like Moses, under the advice of his father-in-law, will put men into certain positions and ranks where they all bear the burden of running this nation, God's nation, Yahweh's nation, together. And all of it didn't just fall on him. Rosh, from an unused root, apparently means to shake. The head is most easily shaken, whether literal or figurative, in many applications of place, time, and what? Rank. Look at that. Band, beginning, captain, chapter, chief. For any of you mumble mouth Negroes, it's like, well, that's in the Old Testament. Just have patience. We're going to get to the New Testament as well. And you're going to see the same thing. May the Most High bless you. Most High bless you, God. And you're going to see the same thing. All right. All right. Right here, verse 26. And they judged the people at all seasons. The hard causes they brought unto Moshe. But every small matter, they judged themselves. Y'all see? And Moshe let his father-in-law depart and went his way into his own land. Now notice it said all seasons. Y'all see that? All seasons, man. So that lets you know that it's always going to be some type of controversy or problem within your nation. There's always something that's going to come up. Feel me? And we got to have the spirit of the Most High as judges and keep the divine law of the Most High on our mind and our mouths, and not be emotional, be able-bodied men, men that fear the Most High, men of truth that hate covetousness. You feel me? That's going to execute the word, speak the word, and execute it. You see, these type of men the world ain't seen in 2,000 years, man. Everybody's scared of that. Everybody's scared of that. Malak, come here, out. Come here, Bon. Yeah. Close it for me. Everybody's scared of that. You feel me? A disciplined and focused Hebrew man is the most dangerous man on the planet. He has knowledge of self, knowledge of his God. You understand? Focus and he disciplined. That's the most dangerous man on the planet. You can't do nothing with a man like that. Feel me? And he hates covetousness. You can't bribe him off. He's a man of truth. You see? He's able and he fears the Most High Yahweh. You can't do nothing with him. You can't do nothing with him. He here to tell you the truth. Period. Dot. End of story. And ain't nothing you can do behind it. Let's go show that in the New Testament real quick. I just wanted to show that. Let's go to Acts real quick. Acts chapter 6. We'll go to Acts chapter 6. Show y'all the same thing. All right. It's the same exact thing that's going on here. Right? And you talking about government, you talking about nation, y'all. We're not talking about a religion. And it's crazy because the religions are organized. You know what I'm saying? There's only us in this truth that ain't, we act like something's wrong. All right. All right, so let's get right here. I want to show y'all this. I want to show y'all this real quick. And again, we want to thank the Most High for allowing us to come together on his holy Shabbat. Just break bread, man. You dig? Break bread in the word. You understand? Now, if we come together, we're feasting. That's always a beautiful thing. That's always a beautiful thing, man. You dig? But look, slow down and reread these scriptures. When you're going through a story, whatever, always look up the name of the place and the name of the people. If you want some hidden jewels and start jumping off the page, you're going to be like, oh, praises to the Most High. Thank you. Start looking that stuff up. You feel me? And I suggest to look it up in Hebrew. You feel me? As easy as I'm on Blue Letter Bible right now, you can do the same thing. It's an excellent study tool right here. You feel me? It's basically a concordance on your computer. You can put the app on your phone as well. You feel me? And just like I'm dialoguing with y'all, going through the scriptures or whatever, you could be doing the same thing, putting you a lesson together, looking at definitions, then you go off and you meditate, you reflect on it. You understand? And when it's time to strike, we strike. We strike while the iron's hot, man. It's what it is, rather. Like Acts 6 and 1. And in those days, when the number of the disciples was multiplied, disciples are students, right? You go from being a student of Mashiach Yahushua Christ to being a one sent forth with authority, an apostle. You go from discipleship to apostleship, right? You sit as a student until you're ready to be sent forth with the authority of your master to bring his message to the world. All right. And in those days, when the number of the disciples was multiplied, there arose a murmuring of the Grecians against the Hebrews because their widows were neglected in the daily ministration. Let's look this Grecian up real quick. Let's look this Grecian up real quick. Let's look Grecian up so we can get a proper context on who's arguing here. All right. It says Hellenistas. All right, Grecian. Let's go ahead and get it right. This is in the New Testament, so it's in Greek. All right, G1675. All right, going down and read what it says. We read everything in its proper context. All right. A Hellenist, one who imitates the manners and customs or the worship of the Greeks and the use of the Greek tongue. Y'all hear that? One who imitates the manners and customs or the worship of the Greeks and use the Greek tongue. B, used in the New Testament of Jews. Trip off that. Born in foreign lands and speaking Greek. Y'all see this? So the Grecians we reading about in Acts the 6th chapter is not talking about so-called Greeks or white people. It's talking about Israelites living in foreign lands and speaking Greek, imitating the manners and customs and worship of the Greeks, speaking Greek. You say, well, dang, okay, that's what it is. Yeah, it started happening during the time of the Maccabees. First Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 11 through 15. Our people became uncircumcised and became Greeks in spirit. So we read right here in Acts the 6th chapter, you dealing with Israelites who were called back into the faith because they believed in the Messiah. You see, that's these Grecians. And you talking about Hebrews or your brethren who remained up under the covenant, you understand, but still had to come up under the faith of the Messiah as well. In other words, you have brothers that kept customs, kept our laws and all that. You did. And then you had brothers who were scattered, living in foreign lands, who were basically Gentiles in spirit, spoke Greek, worshiped like they was Greek, imitated the Greeks. That's what was going on, right? But Hamashiach died for both of us, died for the brothers that kept the customs and the brothers that didn't. Feel me? And now your foreign brothers, right, who fell away from the fold, got a entry back into the fold through the testimony of Yahushua, the Messiah. You understand? His testimony, his death, his resurrection, and soon an impending judgment. So what we get out of this, these Grecians that they murmuring against, the Grecians and the Hebrews, they actually both are Israelites. One then accepted the Messiah, but his family had fell away from being a Hebrew altogether, and they were imitating Greeks like our people do today. They in Greek fraternities, right? They in Greek fraternities. You know what I'm saying? And sororities. They doing the same thing. Our people are Grecians. Any people that you know that are deltas, kappas, alphas, thetas, omegas, boule, whatever, they're Grecians, right? They're imitating the tongue, the culture, and worship of the Greeks. But by blood, they are people, right? But these very Grecians were allowed to come back into the fold or were granted repentance because they accepted Yahushua as the crucified son, the promised son that the Most High would send to redeem his people. So they were allowed within the fold. Feel me? You got Hebrews, those that were raised in the customs, who were shown Yahushua in the Torah, and they start believing, right? So these two groups of Israelites, Grecians and Hebrews, had a problem, had a controversy. All right, y'all see that? They had a controversy. Trip off this. All right, there arose a murmuring of the Grecians against the Hebrews because their widows were neglected in the daily ministration, right? So the Grecians, like, you know what I'm saying, our widows ain't being provided for. That's what the storehouse is for the widows, fatherless, and, you know what I'm saying, the homeless or whatever. But the Grecians, like, well, our widows ain't being provided for. We believers. Though there arose some type of controversy, right? Now you got to settle the controversy. It's always gonna be a problem. Get that out your mind, like everything gonna go smooth. It's always gonna be some type of problem. Somebody gonna have flared nostrils. Somebody gonna have tight lips, speaking they feel they've been wronged about. You understand? So the problem, the thing, damn, it's another problem. The thing is, how do we righteously deal with it according to the manuscript? All right. They get mad and say, the hell with you niggas, y'all going off. No, they had to handle this. All right, trip on how they handle it. Verse 2. Then the 12 called the multitude of the disciples. This 12 was who the ones that was riding with Yahushua, minus Judas. And after Judas, then somebody else was chose. Feel me? Barnabas. See what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Things kept rolling. So these were the 12 that initially were with the Messiah, minus Barnabas, right? Right? Called the multitude of the disciples, called like newer students that they came into the faith after the Messiah had already died and resurrected. The multitude of the disciples unto them and said, it is not reason that we should leave the word of Yahweh and serve tables. Y'all see that? They called the disciples or those or the captains over tens and the captains over hundreds. You feel me? Or the captains over tens and the captains over 50s. Basically called them. Say, look, yeah, it ain't reason. Why do we need to leave the word of God to wait on tables, to serve the tables, to deal with small matters, right? Verse 3. Wherefore, brethren, look ye out among you 7 men of honest report, full of the Holy Ghost, or full of the Ruach HaKodesh, and wisdom, whom we may point over this business. So basically, the disciples were actually doing the same thing that Jethro gave counsel to Moses about. Right? They're like, look, it ain't meet for us to stop doing this major league work to deal with small matters. Y'all choose y'all 7 men of honest report, full of the Ruach HaKodesh and wisdom. Sound like the same thing. Able men, those that fear the Most High, those that hate covetousness, you see what I'm saying? Full of the Holy Ghost and wisdom, whom we may appoint over this business. But we will give ourselves continually to prayer and to the ministry of the word. Y'all see that? So they basically were doing the same exact thing that Jethro. They were doing the same exact thing that Jethro gave that counsel to Moses about. How many of y'all see that? Or how many of y'all see that? Right? They're actually doing the same thing that Moses' father-in-law, the counsel that Moses' father-in-law gave him on how to divvy up, the nation. You understand? And then everybody bear the burden together. That's what the 12 that rode with the Messiah did with the new disciples that were coming to them reporting about the Hebrews and the Grecians getting into it because somebody's widows or neglected. Now they were like, why do we need to leave the word of the Most High to wait on tables? In other words, that's small business. Y'all handle that. You feel me? But only these type of men need to be around to handle these situations. You see? Right? There's a certain criteria it takes to be a leader. Everybody ain't meant to lead. It's just what it is, right? Verse 5. And the saying pleased the whole multitude. And they chose Stephen, a man full of faith and of the Ruach HaKodesh, and Philip, and Prochorus, and Nicanor, and Timon, and Parmenas, and Nicholas, a proselyte of Antioch. Y'all, even back then, a lot of us had these so-called Greek or Roman names. You understand? It's just something that started happening going back to the time of the Maccabees when a lot of us started selling out. Feel me? And then after the Greeks fell, the Romans came into power. So a lot of times you'll see brothers in here that have Roman names, and you start thinking of white boys. These are Israelites. These are Israelites. You understand? These are Israelites with Gentile names, just like you got here in America today. You understand? And you still got it unless you didn't change your last name. You change your name legally. You see? All right. Verse 6. Whom they set before the apostles, and when they had prayed, they laid their hands on them, and the word of Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh increased, and the number of the disciples multiplied in Yerushalayim greatly, and a great company of the priests were obedient to the faith. Verse 8. And Stephen, full of faith and power, did great wonders and miracles among the people. Hallelujah. So I just wanted to show y'all that the very thing we read in Exodus 18 is the very counsel and very wisdom that the 12 did when they administered these responsibilities to the new disciples. Same exact thing. Like, why do we need to leave? You understand the word of the Most High to wait on tables. In other words, why we got to step off this big business to handle small business? You see, little Mally, go to your room. You heard that? That's boss baby. That's boss baby. That's my youngest girl. Can't tell her nothing. But if y'all see that, man, you understand? Go ahead and throw a 7 up in the chat. Next, we're gonna go over to Corinthians, then we're gonna get back to the story. I just want to show y'all that real quick. That the same situation that's going on, even in the New Testament, because I heard a lot of that too. A lot of brothers be like, oh, y'all back in that old covenant. And I'm like, look, we believe in the entire Bible from cover to cover. The things that were written aforetime are written for our learning. That's what the scripture says. So I don't have any problem with what's called the Old Testament. I don't have a problem with it. You understand? I don't got no problem or any problem with what's called the New Testament. Not one. I believe in the entire book from cover to cover. And I know that ain't the faith of a lot of people, but that ain't my fault. I can care less. I don't care nothing about all that. So what? All right. May the Most High bless. Man, I see y'all say prayers going up. Whatever's going on, may the Most High bless and comfort those. Peace. Shalom, Hebrew. Shalom. Mikael Ben Israel. Shalom. Blue Tinsel. Shalom. Shalom. AJM C. Henry 7 Facts. All right. Next, y'all, we're gonna go over here to 1 Corinthians 6. I want to show that real quick. Same thing. Feel me? You talking about order. It's the order of this, it's the order of that, man. I ain't what a discipline that, what a order. You feel me? Or is it just sloppy? Or you just Melchizedec in speech, not in action? You're gonna be held accountable, man. You better believe that. We're gonna be held accountable. Any order you claiming, you better be around here. You better be on top of your stuff claiming order. You better be beyond discipline, beyond structure. You feel me? And if not, planning to move toward that. You feel me? You should be moving toward that right now. There's nothing wrong with you being a disciplined, focused, structured Hebrew man. There's nothing wrong with that, man. You see, we see the nation was like that. We even see the body of a Mashiach the same way. What is the new students, the young bucks? Y'all handle that small stuff. We gonna handle this big stuff. You understand? But then they didn't just randomly pick anybody. There's criteria to being in leadership positions. You got to be able. You got to fear the Most High. You got to hate covetousness. You got to be full of the Ruach HaKodesh. You got to be, you know what I'm saying? Someone that we know wisdom is dealing with. All that got to come into play. You can't just take whoever and make them, put them in position of some type of leadership. You got to fit the criteria. All right, next is 1 Corinthians 6. Before we get back to Exodus 19 and then Exodus 20. That's the Torah portion for the day. Exodus 18, 19, and 20. You dig? But the portions link up all over the Bible. You'll see some of these non-messianics, they'll do a Torah portion, but they dare not link the Gospels and the New Testament in with. You feel me? So that's kind of what I've been on, these Torah portions. There's just so many jewels, you know, understand? And then you be like, oh, Messiah there, Christ there, Messiah there. Up, they had faith in Moses right here. Well, I can't have faith in the Messiah. You understand? There's so many jewels, man. It's so many. You feel me? That's what I've been doing lately. Because actually, that's what I want to do. I want to sit down with some non-messianics. You understand? And get into it. Go into the Hebrew. You understand? Sit down for some hours. Let's chop this up. You understand? If it ain't the Yahushua, the Messiah, Yahushua spoken of in the New Testament, hell, who even y'all speak about in the Talmud. They mention him they call him Yeshua. They talk bad about him, but they still mention him. You understand what I'm saying? So if you speak, you ain't speaking that bad about somebody that never existed. So yeah, it's time to get it. That's what them brothers was doing. They wasn't going into the churches, they was going into the synagogues and proving out the Torah that Yahushua is a Mashiach. Man, there's so many avenues the Most High left for us to do it too. Once you just slow down and go through all these little Torah portions, they all right in front of the Torah. There's different sections of the Torah until you get it. You feel me? It's like 52 portions that'll take you through the whole year. You know what I'm saying? You can do 1 week and it'll take you through the entire year. You feel me? But the non-messianics that don't believe in the Messiah, that's in the New Testament, you understand? They're not bringing gospels to match the Torah portions and the letters of Paul to write, because that's what they doing. The New Testament is quoting the Old Testament. They don't want to deal with that because they've been taught that it's a Roman addition to the scripture. You understand? So we right here in this 1 Corinthians 6. What you say, our King lives. If you don't know, now you know. That's right. My sister Rachel, shalom, shalom. All praise to the Most High. What up with that Cali life? What up with that Cali life sheep, bro? Praise to the Most High. All right, y'all. We in 1 Corinthians 6. We're gonna read 1 Corinthians 6. We're gonna read 1 Corinthians 6, chapter 1 through 11, and this is going into the counsel that Moses' father-in-law gave. And you can find this same wisdom in what's called the New Testament. See, it's the same thing, y'all. Instead of looking for ways that it contradict, look for the harmony in it. Feel me? And then what you think is a contradiction easily blow away because it can be explained. Biblically, that is. All right. 1 Corinthians 6 and 1. Dare any of you having a matter? Let me put the red. Let me put the whatchamacallit on. I put the Strongs on just in case we gotta look up some definitions, right? Put the Strongs on it real quick. All right. Dare any of you having a matter What is a matter? G4229. Let's read it. Let's read it. I pray my people get understanding. Pragma, matter. All right, G4229. Pragma. All right. Thing, matter, business, work. That which has been done, a deed, an accomplished fact. What is done or being accomplished, specifically business, a commercial transaction, a matter, question, affair. In a forensic sense, a matter at law. Do y'all see that? A matter at law, case, suit, that which is or exists, a thing, Strong's definition. All right, pragma, a deed by implication, and affair by extension, an object, material, business, matter, thing, work. Notice the one outline of biblical usage says in a forensic sense, specifically in a forensic sense, a matter at law, case, suit. Wow. So we talking about going to court, basically. Y'all see that? We talking about going to court. Let's read this. Going back. Let's go back. Allah, Lord, Yah, may the Most High bless. All right, it says, there any of you having a matter? Now, what kind of matter is this? This is a law matter. Something that you can get sued over, or, you know what I'm saying? Something that deserves to be in court. Something that could be brought in front of you as a leader of this people. Somebody say, look, man, we got a problem, man. We need you to hear this out. We got to get out this spirit. Y'all always got problems. You understand? Scriptures say we a kingdom of priests, right? There are laws in place, so if problems do arise, we know how to handle them righteously, man. If any problems are popping up in any of your Knessets, any of your little groups you in, your camps, your congregation, and those men are not adjudicating off by the scripture, those men are off. And that's an ungodly counsel. Get out of there. That's an ungodly counsel. Get out of there. You understand? Before it get carnal. All right, so there any of you having a matter against another, go to law before the unjust, not before the saints. All right, you got a matter, right, against one another, but you go to law before the unjust and not before the saints. Why are you arguing that y'all have this lawful matter amongst some unbelievers? You be doing disservice at that point. Bring this before the brothers. Bring this before the saints. Bring this before the saints. Because that's our job. Our job is to police the situation, right? We don't like the police. We don't like IUIC, free case rating them, right? Of course not. So, I mean, we supposed to police ourselves then. Oh, brother, see, now you're going over there. What you think that was that we was reading in Exodus with Moses? We got to be in a, we got to start making the proper moves to, again, treat this thing as if it's a nation. All right, well, what the military? Who the first responders? Who the front liners? Every nation got first responders and warriors, all right? And those that enforce law. So what? So your society don't be lawless. So it don't be chaotic. You see? So there's going to be problems, Israel. You feel me? I be looking all on Facebook and everybody arguing. You know, so it's gonna be problems. The whole thing is how we handling the problems. And once you see that the majority of us handle our problems with our emotion, and I'm talking about you men too. I'm just talking about the sisters. We know about the sisters. The sisters, you feel me? They're called the weaker vessel for a reason. But when you men get all in your damn feelings and get to just being this word, man, making all your decisions based off assumptions, off what you heard, off what you seen, not off, you understand, the scripture, not off bringing righteous judgment to the situation. Man, you men are doing a majorly disservice out there. Your counsel more confused than ever. And you patting yourself on the back like you done handle some business. You ain't did nothing. You ain't did nothing but sweep something under the rug for 5 years. The whole time we've been telling you, what, man, clean that up. Don't sweep it under the rug. Get it up. Clean it up. That way we ain't even got to deal with this. You see? So there's criteria, y'all, when there's problems. All right, well, there's supposed to be elders and people you're supposed to be able to go to. Deal with these things. To get to hear godly counsel. You understand? No, you ain't being led by a demon. How you know you ain't being led by a legion? I thought the scripture tell you only a fool trusts in his own heart. Huh? A fool trusteth in his heart. What you doing? Come on, man. Verse 2. Do ye not know that the saints shall judge the world? Do y'all see that? Saints shall judge the world. And if the world shall be judged by you, are ye unworthy to judge the smallest matters? It's the same thing Jethro was telling Moses, the same thing that the 12 told the new disciples in Acts the 6th chapter. You know, the saints are going to judge the world. Saints are those who have made a sacrifice, a covenant with Yahweh through sacrifice. That's the Israelites. That's us. That's Psalms 50, verse 1 through 5. A saint is someone who has made a covenant with Yahweh by sacrifice. So in other words, those that have dedicated their life to pleasing the Almighty, the service of the Almighty. You see that? You see that? Now he's saying, look, y'all gonna judge the world. You run around here talking about you ain't no counselor, but then turn around and talk about the very thing that you say you ain't no counselor about. Huh? The scriptures tell you there are many devices in a man's heart. It's Proverbs 19:21. There are many devices in a man's heart, but only the counsel of Yahweh will stand. There are many things on people's minds every day, good and bad, but only the counsel of Yahweh will stand, man. Right? Are ye unworthy to judge the smallest matters? Trip off that. All right? Trip off this. Verse 3. Know ye not that we shall judge angels? That's a whole nother topic. We'll get to it. Know ye not that we shall judge angels? How much more things pertain to this life? Yeah, he that is spiritual judge of all things. You got the right to judge between what's right and what's wrong, right? And we ain't talking about actually putting nobody in the ground, right? But you can spiritually stone somebody, rebuke somebody, let them know they're going off so that they repent and never do it again. What you mean? You see? If then ye have judgments of things pertaining to this life, you got the Bible. Set them to judge who are least esteemed in the church. Yeah, because they're not gonna be biased. They're gonna be non-biased. Right? He say, set those in the judgment seats who are least esteemed in the church. Don't put that brother, because he's always up front. Don't put him up as a judge. You know what Paul was saying? The brothers that are less esteemed. You feel me? The brothers who ain't up front like that. The ones who ain't as popular. Let them be put in positions as judges, you feel me, within the assembly. You feel me? Why? Because they're gonna be non-biased about situations. They're not gonna be biased, they're gonna be non-biased. All right. Verse 5, I speak to your shame. Yeah, we out here looking silly, judging off our emotions. I'm speaking mainly to you men. Because the woman gonna get in line and follow once you just put your foot down, man. And stand on the word. Become that righteous vessel that the Most High ordained for us to be, man. Once you just stand up and be uncompromised, you ain't got to worry about the women. The women gonna obey. You understand? The sisters just need to feel like they don't feel protected in this hour. You feel me? They don't feel protected because they realize they're not exempt from judgment either. At any moment, one of the sisters can be like Sandra Bland. You feel me? And that should hurt every man, Hebrew man breathing oxygen on this planet, man. These heathens took your sister right in front of you. You dig? And there was nothing you could do about it. All right? So trip off this. I speak to your shame, right? Is it so that there is not a wise man among you? No, not one that shall be able to judge between his brethren. There ain't one wise man amongst you. You run around talking about some man, can't nobody judge me, and now I ain't got nobody over me. And yeah, actually you do. Actually, you do. Men just scared to step up and take the bull by the horn, but actually you do. Right? He said there ain't one wise man among you that's able to judge between his brethren. Be like, look, y'all sit down, man. You feel me? Look, okay, what's the problem? Bang. And then the scripture come out. What's the problem over here? Bang, scripture come out. You feel me? Then you trip, and then they both see where they both went wrong. Damn, there's one side that went wrong. Dang, you know what? Yeah, I was tripping. I was looking at the wrong way. But it's protocol that we must follow if there's a problem. That's the thing. All right. Paul, like, I speak to your shame. Ain't one wise man among you? Y'all can't handle this small stuff? How you gonna judge the world and you can't handle the small stuff? But brother goeth to law with brother, and that before the unbelievers. But you before some naysayers, you arguing about the law. Before naysayers, before the world. You feel me? Hell, even here. Like you'll drag your brethren into Esau's court. Trip off that. When we can perfectly judge the matter amongst ourselves. It's just who's gonna be in subjection to the judgment. You know why you fear Esau? You fear the heathen, any heathen. You know why you respect him? Because you know he put his foot up your rear end and lock you up. That's why you got more respect for his judgment. See, it don't appear yet what the sons of God gonna be. You don't see his glories in our power. So you like, I ain't gotta respect you niggas. Nah, I respect you then. You feel me? But now you need to be getting down now. Because these very brothers that you despise are the future rulers of this earth. Whether you like it, accept it, believe it or not, it's the truth. All right, 1 Corinthians 6 and 7. It says, now therefore, there is utterly a fault among you, because ye go to law one with another. Why do ye not rather take wrong? Or why do you not rather suffer yourselves to be defrauded? Why don't whoever wronged just admit you going off, man? Right? Why we even got to go through this whole process? Just admit you going off. Repent and take it down. That's all you got to do. It's so much easier, man. But pride, that element of pride is something else, man. The element of pride is beyond something else. Right? Verse 8, nay, ye do wrong and defraud, and that your brethren. We ain't ready to be no judges, man. Folks, I got major league work for us to do. And we men in these hours still making judgments and decisions off emotion, man. I don't watch it. I don't watch men in the truth make. I'm talking about major league decisions and lead the Bible out of it. Like, what is wrong? What are we doing here? And how's the Most High ever gonna honor and respect this? We ain't got to see. Watch that phrase. We ain't got to pull out the Bible because we know what it say. That's the devil. You may have love for the brother. You understand? Make no mistake about it. When you heard, we don't have to pull out the Bible because we know what it say. That's the devil. Because once the Bible come out, his whole horse and pony show come tumbling down. Whenever somebody don't want to hear the word, that is the devil when you done talking. Who don't want light? Who don't want to hear the remedy to the situation? Huh? Who's scared of the light but the darkness? Yeah, that's the devil. We ain't got to, we ain't got to put the Bible out. We know what the Bible say. We well equipped with that. You may know, but what about everybody else? What if they don't know what it say? How we know you not winging the scriptures? How we know you not tap dancing, throwing water on everything? How we know this? Only way we gonna know, y'all. Again, the men that lead have to have fear of the Most High. They have to be able. They gotta hate covetousness, and they gotta be men of truth. How in the hell are you a man of truth, but you denying the Bible? How? How? It don't make sense. Verse 9. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of Yah? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate. That's a man with woman qualities, real soft. And that's something that there's an agenda to demasculate the Hebrew man. They want you like Don Lemon, no hair on your face. You understand? Speaking like you're holding your nose, sir. Yes, sir. I mean, God. Yes, sir. Yeah, cool. Gnarly man. Want you speaking like that? A man that wear woman emotions is an effeminate. Then it says, nor abusers of themselves with mankind. That's a homosexual. Y'all see that? And Paul let it be known right here in the Corinthians, man, look, don't be the unrighteous ain't getting into the kingdom. And he's saying this based off the lack of righteous judgment in the previous verses. Know ye not, don't you know that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of Yah? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind. True about this. Nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of the Most High. All those are lawbreakers. It sounds like to me, Paul was teaching Torah. They not getting into the kingdom, right? Verse 11. And such were some of you with your past life, your old man, right? But ye are washed, but ye are sanctified, but ye are justified in the name of the Master Yahushua and by the Spirit of our power, our Yah. You see? So if that is you, if you on that list anywhere, thank the Most High for breath and repent of it. Turn away from it and start doing that which is right. All right. So we see even right here, even in Corinthians, he letting it be known the saints gonna judge the world. Why y'all can't handle these small matters? You know what I'm saying? Why y'all can't handle these small matters? Same thing Jethro told Moses. Go send your captain of 10 over there to handle that. You understand? Just like the disciples just told the new disciples, or the 12 told the new disciples. Hey, we're not about to leave the word of the Most High to wait on tables. That small matters, that small business, choose y'all out faithful men full of wisdom and the Ruach HaKodesh who can handle this matter. But we gonna keep doing this major league work. So y'all seeing how work is being divvied up. It ain't all on one man. If y'all see that, throw a 7 up in there. If y'all see that, throw a 7 up in there. Next, we're gonna go to 1 Corinthians 12, 14 to 31. And then we back. Then we're going to get back to our Torah portion. We're going to Exodus 19 after that. See, men always taking selfies. No doubt, no doubt. All praise Most High. What'd you say, Kylie met his dear baby, dear baby Jesus? Man, y'all on here clowning, man. Dear baby Jesus. Oh man, y'all wild, man. You ain't lying though. They do treat the Messiah like he's some, you know what I'm saying, some power floating around in Huggies. You know what I'm saying? Like he floating around in Huggies or something like that. All praise to the Most High, the only creator and possessor of all things. Shaul, don't be asking people for money like you asked me twice. I live my people, help my people. Yes. Oh man, what's going on? What's going on, man? Oh man. All right, man. Y'all stay focused, man. Stay focused. Stay focused. All praise to the Almighty. Owner, creator, and possessor of all things. All right. Long live his anointed son in the hearts and minds of the faithful elect. All right. Hallelujah. All right. 1 Corinthians 12 and 14. All right. Again, yeah, if y'all can't see that, turn your phones or something. Y'all shouldn't be able to see that. All right, let's get it. 1 Corinthians 12 and 14. For the body is not one member, but many. Remember that, y'all. Right? Your physical body ain't, you know what I'm saying, one member. It's many members to your body. Many. You got 10 fingers and 10 toes and a heart and some lungs and some kidneys and some legs, and it's many members that work together for this one body. Right? Right? In Moses' days, the nation. Right? Men had to be put in position. Right? It's many members, but it's one body. Right? Yahushua is the same thing. Many members, but one body. Actually, the tabernacle in the wilderness, the 12 tribes of Israel, that is the church or the camp of the Almighty. It's the 12 tribes of Israel. 12 tribes of Israel. Read Acts the 7th chapter, you'll see it. The church of the Most High is the 12 tribes of Israel that was in the wilderness, right? Verse 15. If the foot shall say, because I am not the hand, I am not of the body, Therefore, not of the body. Yeah, the foot is part of the body. Even if the foot don't do what the hand is doing. Even if the captain of 10 is not doing what the captain of 50 is doing, you still a captain or you still part of this body. That's the point. You understand? And if the ear shall say, because I am not the eye, I am not of the body, is it therefore not of the body? Yeah, the ear is part of the body. You feel me? Just because the ear is not the eye don't mean it's not important. That's the point. Everybody that's listening to this is very special and important when it comes to the Most High. Every last one of us have a position to fulfill. Fulfill your calling, though. By any means necessary, fulfill it. Right? If the whole body were an eye, where were the hearing? If the whole were hearing, where were the smelling? Exactly. If the whole body was an eye, how are we gonna hear something? And if the whole body wasn't, ear, how are we gonna smell something? I'll let you know, even if you a heart in this, or you a pinky toe, the role that you play is very special. Let's see how fast you can run without your big toe, or even your pinky toe. How cool you gonna catwalk without your big toe or your pinky toe? Huh? You need your pinky toe, just like you need your big toe, don't you? I know. But now Yahweh set the members, every one of them, in the body as it had pleased him. Do y'all see that? So it ain't really up to you to be giving yourself ranks and whatever it is. The Most High have set the members, every one of them, in the body as it has pleased him. So your calling that you are fulfilling, you understand? You were called and chosen by the Almighty. And so whatever it is you doing in Israel for the Most High's people, you understand? It's the Most High that have called you and set you in the body. Right? Never apologize for that. You got some people that are jealous of you based off their own inconsistencies and downcomings, shortcomings. Never apologize for being righteous. You understand? If anything, a brother can help you up your study game or something, or you know what I'm saying, help raise you up to where you feel like you can do more work out here. But I'm never apologizing for bringing the word out. Y'all can cancel that. I don't care who get offended. I'm never, what I look like apologizing for speaking the truth. What I look like doing that. I might as well close the Bible and go on back out and be worthless. Right? The Most High have set the members, every one of them, in the body as it have pleased him. This is the Most High's calling when you're done talking. You see, just like he chose Moses, and the people wanted to stone Moses. You see, so just because you don't like who's in leadership or you don't like the leader, don't mean he ain't chosen by the Almighty. It's the truth. All right, verse 19. And if they were all one member, where were the body? But now are they many members, yet but one body. The eye cannot say unto the hand, I have no need of thee, nor again the head to the feet, I have no need of you. Nay, much more of those members of the body which seem to be more feeble or necessary. Exactly. Let's see how hard you can punch, you understand, without your thumb. Huh? Let's see how hard you can punch and you ain't got a thumb. It's gonna be a problem, ain't it? So even the members that seem weak are actually necessary, like your pinky finger, your pinky toe. You understand? Things that you be like, oh, I don't really need that. You actually do. All right. And those members of the body which we think to be less honorable, upon these we bestow more abundant honor. And our uncomely parts have more abundant comeliness. So again, y'all, if you're listening to this, no matter what position or what calling the Most High has you on, feel me? Never forget that you are special to him. You understand? It don't matter if you the pinky toe or the big toe. You understand? The pinky finger or the thumb or the middle finger, or the heart or the spleen or whatever you are. You understand? Whatever you are within Yahweh Shai's body, the Messiah's body, man, fulfill that. You feel me? And perfect it. It is what it is. All right. Verse 24, for our comely parts have no need, but they why have tempered the body together, having given more abundant honor to the part which lack. Hallelujah. That there should be no schism in the body. Do y'all see that? That's what we aiming for. Right? The only way we can deal with that is to address our problems head on. Right? That's why, again, it's time for you to start dialoguing with your nation. right? Dialoguing, being resourceful, exchanging contact information. Holler at your people, man, right? Because the end game is that there be no schism in the body. How we ever gonna work out any schisms if we never address them? Or at the first time you address it, it don't go the way you think, so you just tighten your lips and run off some damn word and try to pull some scriptures to justify your hatred for brethren. Watch that in this hour, all right? But that the members should have the same care one for another. Hallelujah. And whether one member suffer, all the members suffer with it. That's right. If the smallest member on your body is hurting, your whole body know it, don't it? Don't it? Y'all remember Harlem Nights? He shot me in my pinky toe. Well, if the pinky toe, that little crusty, gnawed pinky toe, that quick, Eddie Murphy shot off, what's her name? A Big Mom in there, shot her pinky toe off. You understand? If the pinky toe, you feel me, was irrelevant, why was she making all that noise about her pinky toe being shot off? Couldn't walk the same or none of that. You gonna shoot me in my pinky toe? Yeah, the pinky toe is important, right? So, but in other words, when that pinky toe came off, her entire body felt it and knew it. So, and whether one member suffer, all the members suffer with it, or one member be honored, all the members rejoice with it. Now ye are the body of a Mashiach, and members in particular. So now you let it be known, like your body have members, you are a member of Yahweh's body. Y'all see that? He's the head and we are his body. Wow. Wow. Taken from his rib, but like Eve was taken from Adam's rib. Wow. Wow. Ooh-wee. And in Yahweh Shah, in the Messiah's body, there's order. There's order. You understand? Now you're the body of a Mashiach, I will have in the church or the assembly, first apostles. Well, there are all apostles out here. Huh? There are all apostles, men that have been sent forth with authority. You understand? To preach the gospel and to bring people into the body of a Mashiach. Secondarily, prophets. They're all prophets out here. You understand? Prophesying over already what's been written down. I ain't, Rand's no Negroes. They got new prophecies. I haven't. You understand? But basically, the brother has a gift at going into prophecy and breaking it down and relating it to this hour that we are in. They can run through Revelations, Daniel, and all that and relay it down to everything. All right, that would be a prophet. Not that he has new prophecies going forth or nothing like that, but the fact that he's prophesying over what the brothers were inspired to prophesy about thousands of years ago. Because all right, so we got prophets. Thirdly, teachers. See that? After that, miracles. I know a few brothers. After that, miracles. Then gifts of healings, helps. Feel me? That's what we always thank you, brothers and sisters, for all y'all support. That's what helps is support. All right. Governments. Oh, we talking about a government now? What's going on here? Huh? What Christ's body doing with government attached to it? Diversity of tongues? Oh, that said government, brother. What's going on there? Well, governments are ran in order, and the government is divvied up into different positions, and able men are chosen to fill those positions. You understand? What is the word government doing being attached to Yahweh's body? Government. You see? Because when you're done talking, y'all, there's order to the order of Melchizedec. How you talking order of Melchizedec and you ain't, and there's no order, there's no discipline? Who are the apostles? Who are the prophets? Who are the teachers? What are miracles? What are workers of miracles at? What are gifts of healings? Shout out to my Yaki. They did. What are those that are set up to help, to support what's going on and keep it going? We're governments, those that have ingenuity skills, know how to look at a brother and his talents and put him in a proper position to get certain things done. Diversity of tongues, where they at? What are brothers and sisters that know how to speak the gospel in different languages? You see? Y'all see that? Wow. Are all apostles? No. Are all prophets? Of course not. Are all teachers? No. Are all workers of miracle? No. Have all the gifts of healing? No. Do all interpret? See? So that lets you know whatever position you play is very important. You understand? And everybody does not have the same gift. Everybody does not have the same job. You see? Everybody doesn't. You feel me? So no matter what you're doing, even if you feel like I'm not getting enough recognition for it, always realize the Most High is looking. Whatever you do, do as unto the Lord. Do as unto Yahweh, right? As if he was sitting there watching you do it. And if you knew the Most High was watching you, guess what you're going to do? You're going to do your best job, man. You don't want to present the Most High with something that's halfway put together, something that really didn't take a lot of effort for you. You ain't finna do all that. You see, if you know that the Most High is watching whatever you're doing, whatever you do, you're gonna try to be the best. You're gonna try to perfect it, right? So he said, but covet earnestly the best gifts. You want to covet the best gifts, right? And yet show I unto you a more excellent way. So trip off that. I wanted to go there to show that what we was reading Exodus 18, that the godly advice that Jethro gave to Moses, you understand? That same godly advice and wisdom is what the apostles and disciples were using in what we call the New Testament. I don't think that was hard to be understood. Feel me? If y'all got that, throw a 7 up in the chat. Throw a 7 up in the chat. Hallelujah. TT Noah. Shalom, my sister. What's good? Most High bless everybody. All praise to the Most High. Kylie Betty. All praise to the Heavenly Father. All praise to the Most High. You understand? I'm just your brother. I'm just your brother. I got the same problem that everybody else got, but y'all don't make no excuses for myself, man. Feel me? No excuses. No excuses. I try to be better than the day before. Go even harder. Try to go even harder. You did. All right, y'all. We in Exodus, the 19th chapter. Again, this is about Jethro, his excellence or his abundance. That's what his name means. A spiritual leader, a chief ruler, the priest of Midian, Moses' father-in-law, who gave him some godly advice or some godly wisdom on how Moses was supposed to divvy up responsibility when it came down to this nation of Israel. You know why? Because controversies are going to come up. Moses sat up all day one day and just decided matters with everybody. Jethro, like, boy, you going to kill yourself. Look, man, hearken to me. Listen to me real quick. And which he was good to do because, again, Jethro, naming his excellency or his abundance, was a chief ruler and priest in Midian. Midian come from the word din or dan, which means judge. So he was very, what we get by going into the Hebrew and tripping off who Jethro is, his title and where he was from, that he was a professional. He was a professional at administration. Feel me? At ingenuity. You understand? And running like not just if you want to look at it from a country or a government, but running a business. Everybody don't got that skill. You feel me? But Jethro had the knowledge of the Almighty, even though he was a Midianite. And the Midianites are descendants of Abraham. When you check Genesis 25, Abraham had more wives and more concubines, but he had a son named Midian with his other wife Keturah. You feel me? And then he became the father of the Midianites. Now, but their father is Abraham. Feel me? So Abraham always taught his children the ways of the Most High. All of them knew the ways of the Most High. A lot of them went off, decided to do their own thing. Feel me? So now we in Exodus 19:1. All right, now we in Exodus 19:1. Hallelujah. All praise to the Most High. Y'all getting some understanding. That's what's up. That's what's up. All praise. All right, Exodus 19:1. In the 3rd month, when the children of Israel were going forth out of the land of Egypt, the same day came they into the wilderness of Sinai. All right, the wilderness of Sinai. For they departed from Rephidim and were come to the desert of Sinai and had pitched in the wilderness. and there Israel camped before the mount. So they left the last spot that we was in. When you go back to Exodus, the 17th chapter, when we go back to Exodus 17, you'll see that's the last spot we had pitched was Rephidim. We left the wilderness of sin, came to Rephidim. I had to go to war with Amalek. Our people murmured again, strike the rock. You understand? So we had left there and came to Sinai. All right. And now this is the whole climax of the Torah, because here is where we are about to receive the commands of the Most High. These heavenly and divine oracles of Yod He Wah. You understand? Yahweh from the heavens. And trip off the set and trip off how the Most High got our attention. You understand? To not only know that he is the Most High, but that he dealing with Moses. You understand? That's what the Most High was telling Moses, like, look, don't even worry about that. Once I come to you in this thick cloud, they gonna believe you forever. They gonna believe you forever. It's wild though, man, how our Father gotta get our attention like that. Like he gotta do something major to make us be like, oh, hold on, I'm tripping. You feel me? Further proof this is us. All you gotta do is just trip off the characteristics of how we get down, man. Feel me? Even unto this day. All right. Verse 3. And Moshe went up unto the Most High. Yahweh called him out of the mountain. See, Moses was willing to ascend, go up and get the oracles of the Almighty. You understand? And in order to do that, you understand? Moses went up there. Well, y'all know Moses had to fast for 40 days and 40 nights. He was fasting the whole time he was up there communing with the Almighty. Fasting. Right? What do we pull out of this? The closer you want to get to the Most High, you got to be willing to give some up. You got to sacrifice. What are you willing to give up to get closer to him? Right? We all got vices in our lives. We all got things that we can correct or get better. What are you willing to sacrifice to ascend that mountain? Go up into the Almighty. Moses went up that way and was willing to not eat any flesh and drink any water for 40 days and 40 nights. You understand? To receive the lively oracles of the Most High Yahweh. So in your life, what are you willing to let go of to ascend to the heavens, to get closer to the Most High? You understand? To where he's dealing with you on a whole nother level. What are you willing to give up? What are you willing to do? Feel me? Right, that's something we can pull from that, right? And Moshe went up unto the Most High. He ascended, went up unto Elohim. Yahweh called unto him out of the mountain, saying, "Thus shalt thou say to the house of Yaakov, tell the children of Israel." Right? Moses is mediator. May the Most High bless. All right, right here. And Moses went up unto the Most High and called, and Yahweh called unto him out of the mountain, saying, "Thus shalt thou say to the house of Yaakov and of Israel." Verse 4. Ye have seen what I did unto the Egyptians. You haven't seen that, right? Egyptians dead. It don't matter what they owned at this point, Ak. Yeah, all them was dead on the seashore. We did that class last night. If you go back and look at the class from last night, you'll see all them, everybody that was chasing and trying to overtake Israel, they was dead on the seashore. All right. Ye have seen what I did unto the Egyptians, how I buried you on eagle's wings and brought you unto myself. You're like, look, you see what I did to your oppressors? That's my thing. How could we ever turn our back on the Most High? How? When he done destroyed nations so you could breathe. He done gave men lives for you. That's what he done did. You understand? So the nerve of us to ever turn our back and act like we mad or something, or got a problem with the creator of heaven and earth, man. When he done destroyed your oppressor time and time again, like he about to do this time. You feel me? How do we ever turn our back on him? The God that dropped nations for his children. Huh? The God that said, if you in outer space, I'm coming to get you. If you scatter beyond the sea, you mine, I'm coming to get you. How do we ever go against that, man? Feel me? We should feel lower than a footprint right now. Right? Now, therefore, if you obey my voice indeed and keep my covenant, Then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine. Do y'all see that? When we obedient, we become a peculiar special treasure unto the Most High. You understand? So stay obedient. When you're done talking, be obedient by any means necessary. Notice what he said. In doing that, if we diligently do this, we become a peculiar treasure unto him above all people, for all the earth is mine. Do y'all see that? We get that from being obedient, from doing what thus saith the Most High. We get rulership by being obedient. Obedience is better than sacrifice. And notice he said above all people. He didn't even put us equal with everybody. He didn't put us beneath, he put us above, right? That means we're superior. When we was talking in the class last night, Moses held up his staff. Staff also means your tribe, your lineage, your bloodline, your DNA. And as Moses held up his staff, you feel me? We prevailed. So what did we learn from that? That even our DNA, our lineage, our bloodline is superior to our oppressors, even though they ruling over us. You see, even though they ruling over us, we are still superior. And if we're not, why is your melanin selling more than any drug on the market right now? See, we can get that just out the Bible by diving into the Hebrew and dissecting a few things. We can be like, we got superior DNA. Look at Moses' staff. Look at the staff. I mean, going all the way back to Egypt, when the staff turned into a serpent, and then the magician's staff turned into a serpent, but our staff ate up their staff. Yeah, it's showing you we are superior. Staff is matay in Hebrew, which also means tribe, right? You're talking about a tribe, you're talking about ancestry, lineage, bloodline. And my Yaki was on here, he'll just say DNA, blood. You see, it's the same thing. Feel me? And it's showing you that we are superior. Feel me? We are under a blood covenant with the Most High, right? But it's still conditional, family. It's still conditional. In order for us to become a peculiar treasure, guess what we got to be? We got to be diligent guardians of the throne. We got to be diligent guardians of the Torah. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Watch this. For all the earth is mine, and ye shall be a kingdom. You should be a kingdom of priests, Kohanim, and an holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak to the children of Israel. See? The Most High, like, look, well, this is the Moses playing mediator, playing lawyer, basically. And look, tell the children of Israel this. You saw what I just did to your oppressors. Now, if you diligently hearken to my voice and keep that which I command you, you're going to be riding on high above everybody. You are a peculiar people. You understand? Above everybody. Not only that, you are a kingdom of priests. We as a nation are the mouthpiece of the Most High. That's why you're not supposed to be going to Joel Osteen to learn nothing about the Bible. He's not no Israelite. You're not supposed to be going to Joel Osteen and Jimmy Swaggart and Kenneth Copeland or even these Negroes they raised up like T.D. Snakes and Creflo Dollar, because they were trained up by men who were not given this by the Most High. That's not Israel. You see? Verse 7, and Moses came and called for the elders of the people. Yeah, we got elders, y'all. How that look when brothers come through your zone? They're like, okay, what the elders that we need to talk to them? You know what I mean? And these are elders, and there are no elders to talk to. None. Huh? The elders off skinny dipping, the other one somewhere hiding. Talking about he got his gun on him. You know what I'm saying? Like there are elders. Elders is Zaquan, Zakin in Hebrew, mean elder. It's the same word for beard too. You know what I'm saying? It's another side note of that. But Moses came and called for the elders of the people and laid before their faces all these words which Yahweh commanded him. And all the people answered together and said, all that Yahweh have spoken, we will do. And Moshe returned the words of the people unto Yahweh. Moshe is playing mediator, right? He is sins. He gets the lively oracles from the Most High. Most High say, go tell the people this. He go tell the people this. Lay it before the elders. The elders tell the people. The people like, all right, bet whatever he say we gonna do. Moses go take the agreement, the sealed contract, right back to the Most High. All parties are in agreement at this point. All parties are in agreement. All right. Now trip off this. Verse 9. And Yahweh said unto Moses, Lo, I come unto thee in a thick cloud. There go that cloud again. Y'all remember yesterday we was talking about the pillar of cloud that was with us, and how when the Egyptians were about to attack us, that the pillar of cloud went behind us as the angel of the Most High went behind us and blocked the Egyptians and made it dark for them but light for us. You're going to see, feel me, especially if you start looking up this thick cloud, you're going to start seeing everywhere this cloud show up, presence of the Most High is there. Everywhere. There's even a scripture in the Bible to say, behold, he cometh with clouds. We talking about the presence of the Almighty. Feel me? And look, not that long ago, man, I was looking up in the sky, man, and every cloud looked like a mountain. Man, they look like mountains, but they look like portable mountains, like they was chariots or something. I was like, wow, man, look at this. You know what I'm saying? Just tripping off of. But everywhere where you see this cloud, you're gonna start seeing that's the presence of Yod-Heh-Wahed. Even down to when the Ark of the Covenant get built, the Most High said, I'm gonna meet with you right here, but he descends in a cloud. Right? Notice it's in a thick cloud, so this is something that you can't see through. It's more of a thick, dark, you understand, cloud, a thick, dark cover. All right. And Yahweh said in the Moshe, Lo, I come unto thee in a thick cloud, that the people may hear when I speak with you and believe you forever. Feel me? So the Most High come, he gets our attention. Notice he don't show up. Notice the Most High don't show up like, you know what I'm saying, all quiet and soft and, you know what I'm saying, jazz playing. That ain't how you show up. See how the Most High show up? Most High show up to get your attention. Thick clouds, thundering, lightning, earthquaking, mountain on fire, trumpets blowing. The Most High know how to get our attention. All right? And he let it be known right there that, that the people may hear when I speak with thee and believe thee forever. You see, have faith in that I chose you forever, Moses. And Moses told the words of the people unto Yahweh. And Yahweh said unto Moses, go unto the people and sanctify them today and tomorrow, and let them wash their clothes. In other words, we had to get clean. You understand? We had to wash. We had to get ourselves together. We had to get rid of any uncleanness because the Most High's presence was about to be amongst us and we couldn't be unclean. The Most High is a holy power, man. He's a holy power. All right. Notice it says right here, and sanctify them today and tomorrow, and let them wash their clothes and be ready against the third day. So the Most High gave us a 3-day grace period. Take this 3 days to get yourself together. 3 days. Right? And be ready against the third day. For the third day, Yahweh will come down in the sight of all the people upon Mount Sinai. Wow. Joshua said, bounds into the people round about, saying, take heed to yourselves that ye go not up into the mount, or touch the border of it. Whosoever touches the mount shall be surely put to death. So we told Moses, man, look, put up boundaries around the mountain so the people don't start acting crazy. If anybody come up here, you dig, other than who I call up here, gonna get put to death. It's a serious thing, right? And it's wild because the Most High got to go to extreme measures at times to get our attention. Can't show up playing with you because the Negro ain't gonna believe you. He can't show up playing. You understand? He can't show up like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, diddly do, servants, if you guys feel like it, could you please worship me? If you guys feel like it, could you please keep my commandments? Come on, guys. You'd have never took that. You would never take a God serious like that. You understand? But if every time he show up in some type of cloud or fiery chariot, you understand? The trumpets blowing and the earth is quaking and the mountain on fire and it's a whirlwind, the earth quaking. Oh, now I got your attention. You see? All right, so we told him set bounds, right? Trip off this. that bound to the people round about, and take heed to yourselves that ye go not up into the mount, or touch the border of it. Whosoever touches the mount shall be surely put to death. There shall not a hand touch it, but he shall surely be stoned or shot through. Dang. Or shot through, whether it be beast or man. Y'all see that? Beast or man can't touch this mountain when the presence of the Most High is on her. They gonna die, other than who he tell to come up here. It shall not live. When the trumpet soundeth long, they shall come up to the mountain. All right. And Moshe went down from the mountain to the people and sanctified the people, and they washed their clothes. And he said unto the people, be ready against the third day. Come not at your wives. So he like, look, y'all can't even have sex for 3 days. Look at y'all panicking. Can't have no sex for 3 days. When you read Leviticus 15, the emission of seed makes you unclean until the evening. Right? The Most High just told Moses to make sure everybody clean and sanctified. Sanctify them, set them apart, clean them. You understand? And make sure you don't come at your women. You understand? It's a 3-day period to get you clean before the presence of the Most High can dwell amongst us. You understand? So yes, when you finish having relations with your spouse, you understand, you are in a period of uncleanness into the next evening. That's Leviticus the 15th chapter, or until the evening. That's Leviticus the 15th chapter. So being that the presence of the Most High was going to be amongst us, it couldn't be none of that uncleanness going on. You understand? Y'all know what I'm talking about. I ain't got to get too graphic, but it is what it is. You know, people around here nervous. I can't have sex for 3 days. You better get yourself ready. You be all right. You be all right. All right, right here, verse 16. That's why I said come out at your wives, y'all, because after, you lay down and have relations, y'all fulfill one another. Y'all both unclean. You're supposed to go take a bath, bathe, wash yourselves, and you're in the period of uncleanness until the evening. Don't mean you sin to nothing, but you're unclean. All right. Verse 16. Verse 16. And it came to pass the third day in the morning that there were thunders and lightnings and a thick cloud upon the mount, and the voice of the trumpet exceeding loud, so that all the people that was in the camp trembled. You see that? And once again, the Most High knows how to get our attention. But you see how he had to come. You see how he had to show up with the clouds, right? He had to show up with thunders, lightnings, and a thick cloud with the trumpet blasting exceeding loud. He did, to where, guess what, the people start doing? Trembling. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine being at this mountain right here and this deal, the mountain blasting, the cloud is thick, the very cloud has been following you, so you know the Most High is there, right? It's thundering, it's lightning. The cloud is thick, the trumpet is blasting. I mean, it's blasting so hard to where everybody shook. Like, whoa, what's going on here? See, I like that because the Most High had to get our attention. And it's crazy that he has to go through drastic measures to get our attention. He must really love us. Must really love us, man, because he go out his way to make sure we are listening. Like, oh, okay, yeah, I understand that. All right. Verse 17, and Moshe brought forth the people out of the camp to meet with Elohim, and they stood at the nether part of the mount, behind the mount. And Mount Sinai was altogether on a smoke. Hold on, what? The mountain was smoking? We got thick clouds, we got lightnings, we got thunders, we got trumpets blowing, and the mountain is on fire? It's smoking. And Mount Sinai was altogether on a smoke because of Yahweh. Because Yahweh descended upon it in fire. Do y'all see that? And the smoke thereof ascended as the smoke of a furnace. And the whole mountain quaked greatly, and the whole mountain was shaking. It was an earthquake, y'all. Earthquake. The mountain is smoking because the Most High descended upon it in a fire, in a blaze. Don't forget about the lightning. Don't forget about the thunders. Don't forget about the loud blast of the shofar. Put yourself there in the story, and now you see, hold on, this wasn't no joke. Is this the climate that the Most High revealed the 10 Commandments to us? A fiery mountain, a mountain that's on fire, and the smoke ascending like it's in a furnace. The mountain is quaking, lightning, thunder, trumpets blowing. And you think he whispered the 10 Commandments? This is the climate in which he gave us the 10 Commandments. Think he was like, I am the Lord thy God, have no other gods before me. For one, he had to be loud. He had to be shouting these commandments. If the trumpet is blasting exceeding loud, if the earth is quaking, if the mountain is smoking, because Yahweh descended upon it in a fire, and fire also is ascending into the heavens. Are you serious? Lightning, thundering? Oh my God. And this is the climate by which Yahweh chose to reveal his holy oracles. I believe he had our attention. I believe that. Verse 19. Verse 19. You feel me? This shows you that the Most High ain't some chump. He ain't on no diddly-do neighbor. You can get that out your mind. The Most High is a serious power, man. Beyond serious. And all you got to do is just trip off the setting or the climate in which he introduced the 10 Commandments to us. It'll blow your mind. That's what we read now. See, when you slow down and read this thing, you really can put yourself there and say, wow. So when we get to Exodus 20, which is the 10 Commandments, you can see, you can envision in your mind that the Most High had to be shouting them commandments down. Had to be. Don't forget, y'all, it's thundering and lightning. You done been in a lightning storm before. You already know lightning and thunder that's not nothing quiet. You understand? Then don't forget the earth is quaking. It's on fire. The smoke ascending like a furnace and a trumpet blowing. Oh, no. Wasn't no whispering going on. Wasn't no whispering going on. It is what it is. And when the verse 19, and when the voice of the trumpet sounded long and waxed louder and louder, Moshe spake, and Yahweh answered him by a voice. Remember, he said he came to him in a thick cloud to speak to him so the people will believe him. So they can hear me speak to you. So they can know I'm with you and believe you forever. Right? And Yahweh came down upon Mount Sinai on the top of the mountain. And Yahweh called Moshe up to the top of the mountain. Moshe went up. Yahweh said unto Moshe, go down, charge the people, lest they break through into Yahweh to gaze, and many of them perish. He's like, you better go down there and tell them. They come up here and try to look at what's going on right here, they're going to die. Now, just like Lot's wife, don't turn around and look, you're going to die. Right? You good enough receiving, they good enough receiving what I tell you to tell them. It's a glorious power, man. That's about this. Verse 22, and let the priests also which come near to Yahweh sanctify themselves, lest Yahweh break forth upon them. You see, even the priests had to get themselves together. They couldn't be unclean. Feel me? That the priest wasn't right when they went into the Holy of Holies for the Day of Atonement. Most High kill him. You'd have to drag him up out of there by a rope. Yeah, serious thing this. But once you know the parameters and the rules of certain things, you know what you can and what you can't do. And that's one thing we need as a people. We need instruction, man. You feel me? We need instruction. You need to know if I make that mistake right there, that's going to cost me my life. You need to know, hey, I shouldn't be violating the Sabbath, man. Had we been back in our world, I'd have been dead. You need to know that. You feel me? Because don't forget, the scriptures say that this Torah is our wisdom in the sight of the nations. You need to know, or you need the wisdom to make a wise decision and not make a bonehead decision that's going to kill you and your family. All right. So we say, and let the priests also which come near to Yahweh sanctify themselves, lest Yahweh break forth upon them. So that lets you know a priest couldn't just be there however he wanted to be there. You call yourself a priest. You understand? You call yourself someone that deal in the holy oracles of the Most High. You call somebody that's in his sanctuary. You feel me? While he revealing certain things or whatever. You dig? A priest of the Most High. And we not talking about no Catholic sodomite priest. We talking about priests, Levites, or Melchizedec priests, like the order we under now, right? Being a nation of priests. Carry yourself like that, man. Carry yourself Kodesh. That's what it means to be sanctified, mean holy. When you look at it, holy, Kodesh, set apart. All right? Live a Kodesh or a holy or a set apart life, man. We're trying to be like everybody else, lest the Most High break forth upon you. You a priest. You understand? And the priest's job, like the Levites and all that, man, look, it didn't matter if my Aktuvayah was down in Texas, boy, barbecuing some lamb. If I was on duty in the temple, I couldn't say, dang, let me go ahead and take on off and shoot on down to Texas, holler my Aktuvayah, my Jamaican brethren. Howard Brumby holler at them brothers, you know, let me take off work early. Now, the priest couldn't take off until his course was over. His course was over every 6 months or whatever. Then he would go home and take care of everything, whatever. You understand? The priests couldn't just do whatever they wanted to do. You understand? Even if all the other Israelites were having fun and just being around each other. If he was on duty, you understand? If it was his course, if it was the priest's course, his time to officiate in the temple, he was all about the Most High's business. That's what it was. It didn't matter if the brothers was getting together and smoking lamb and eating muscatoli and just laughing, shooting the breeze, watching the fight or whatever. If you on duty as a priest, you couldn't go. You feel me? It's just what it is, man. It's a lot that come with this. But thank the Most High. He tell you to dedicate yourself, man. Sacrifice yourself, sanctify yourself, set yourself apart. Do something honorable for once in your life. People don't want to do that because it's hard. It's a challenge. It's easy to be with the in crowd and do something evil, but it's a challenge to be righteous. Challenge. Feel me? What about this? Verse 23. And Moshe said unto Yodewai, the people could not come up to Mount Sinai, for thou charged just saying, set bounds about the mountain, sanctify it. And Yahweh said unto him, away, get thee down, and thou shalt come up, you and Aharon with thee. Let not the priests and the people break through to come up unto Yahweh, lest he break forth upon them. We said, you and Aaron, come on. You did. But make sure you let this people know. I said put bounds up there and sanctify them and the bounds, whatever. But you know, Israelites, boy, when we get curious, curiosity killed the cat. Yeah. Curiosity killed the cat. The cat was standing in front of a gauge, believe it or not. Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing. That's how you notice us. We curious. Even when we told don't do something, we go peek. Now, you know, we are these Israelites when you done talking, man. Just slow down and read the scripture and trip off how we react in certain situations. You see, it ain't no way, form, or fashion. This ain't us. So all praise, glory, and honor to the Most High. All right. So Moses went down to the people and spake unto them. Now remember the climate, y'all. Remember the mountain is on fire, or the mountain is smoking because Yahweh descended upon it in a fire. The smoke is also funneling up like a furnace into the heavens. The earth is quaking. The trumpet is blasting. There's lightning. There's thunder. And there's an earthquake. This is the setting by which the Most High decided to reveal himself to our people, children of Israel. Y'all getting some understanding thus far? Throw a 7 up in there. Y'all getting some understanding. Because now we're about to get into the commandments. And then I got a few more in the New Testament about you know, how even in Christ's kingdom, how he's setting up administration and the 12, how they're gonna be judging the rest of the 12 tribes of Israel and all that. There's order around this deal, man. It really is. And that's one thing our people are scared of discipline and order. Challenge yourself to be righteous. Nothing wrong with you being disciplined and in order, man. Structure your life. You understand? Write down the stuff that's on your mind and then start formulating. You feel me? Knock it off the list one at a time until it's finally made, until the invisible vibration that the Most High gave you becomes a reality. Call it, create it, form it, and make it. Isaiah 43:7. That's the fourfold process to all creation. It starts out invisible as a thought, something from the Most High. Then you write it down. Now you create it. Write it down. Then what you wrote down, you start formulating. All right, what I need to do, I need to go do this, this, and that to get this. And you formulate into what's a final made product. That's how you take what's invisible and make it visible. That's the fourfold process of all creation. Yahweh, Yod-Heh, Wah-Heh. That's some deeper, metaphysical understanding, but they're getting it out of the Bible, Isaiah 43:7. Call it, create it, form it, and make it. You can do the same thing. Our Father, we're children of the Creator. That makes you a mini creator. We're children of the Creator of heaven and earth. You can do the same exact thing. You understand? Just stop being lazy and work your plan. All right. This right here is Exodus. Let's get to Exodus, the 20th chapter. Exodus 20, which is the last chapter for this Torah portion. And then we're gonna show also the prophecy about Hamashiach is that he's bringing a kingdom. All right. In a kingdom, there's different administrations, different positions, different functions, all that. All right. All that's going on within a kingdom, y'all. Again, we've been in the spirit that this is a religion. This is not a religion, right? We are a people, a chosen people. We have divine laws. We have the most powerful God on our side, the Most High Yahweh. We have divine laws given to us from heaven, shouted from heaven. You understand? We got an army, we got a government, we got land, we got a temple, got all that, man. You know what I'm saying? We got a language, we got everything, the basic necessities that's needed for what's called a nation, right? So I salute the brothers that's even striving to even try to open up lanes of dialogue and at least starting to deal with each other, at least conversing. Feel me? Being resourceful, chopping it up, man. You're gonna need your people. If one thing this so-called government shutdown, and there's more coming, you understand, should have taught us is that we need to be networking with each other. It's our job to feed our people anyway. What we tripping off what the heathen talking about? I've been asking that on Facebook. What's the plan? Right? Just to show. I do that sometimes. I throw little subliminals out there. But just to show that we already supposed to have a plan to be feeding our people. It's your job. You see? It's our job to handle up. And that's what we've always been doing anyway. This heathen has slept you with their so-called stamps. But it is what it is, man. All right, nothing to be scared of. If anything, it's going to force us to start working together, dealing with one another. You understand? It is what it is. So Exodus 20:1. And Yahweh spake all these words, saying, don't forget, he's not whispering this. He's not whispering this. What's that? I can't see that. He not whispering this. He has to be shouting this because remember what's going on. Back there, not up here. Y'all keep it down. Keep them doors closed too. Now remember, the Most High must be shouting this because remember, the mountain is on fire, right? It's smoking like a furnace. It's quaking. The Most High presence is there. There's a very thick, dark cloud there. All right. The earth is quaking, lightning, thunder, trumpet blasting. And you mean to tell me he was like diddly do neighbors or talking like Joel Osteen when he was speaking this word right here? Let's see. Exodus 21, last part of the Torah portion. And Elohim spake all these words, saying, I am Yahweh thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Mitzrayim, Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me, meaning before means to my face. It's lapanya, or lifnei in Hebrew. You understand? It means to my face. In other words, we are not supposed to be dealing with, flirting with, no other philosophy, ideology, mighty one, God, period. Shalom, baby. How you doing? I love you. I love you. I love you. All right, baby. Let me finish, okay? I'm almost done. Don't trip off this. We're not supposed to be dealing with no other God, no philosophy, no other ideology, period. Nothing. That's disrespect to the Most High. That's to his face, right? And his eyes see everything. And when his eyes seeing everything, no matter what you doing, you're disrespecting him if it's outside his will. All right? If it's outside his will, all right? All right, so thou shalt have no other gods before me. That does not mean, you understand, keep the Most High first and Buddha as a close number 2. Nah, that don't mean that. That means don't deal with no other gods, no other ideology, period. The eyes of the Most High everywhere. Proverbs 15:3. The eyes of the Most High in every place, beholding the good and the evil. So when you dealing with other gods, you're disrespecting the Most High to his face. That's what this before me means, right? To my face. Disrespecting the Almighty, man. It's utter madness. Panim, face. Right before 1,137 times, face 390 times, right? And being that his face is everywhere, face, faces, presence, person, face, angels, animals, face. Dig our Strong's definition. The face used in great variety of applications, literally and figuratively, also with prepositional prefix as preposition before, except, before, against, anger, as long as, at, battle, because, beseech, and many more. So what the Most High is basically saying is, don't disrespect me by worshiping no other God, man. Don't ever in your life disrespect me. I done killed nations so you could breathe. Huh? Don't ever disrespect me. If you do, you got to deal with me. I'm coming to holler at you. All right. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. So no other, you understand? No other gods, no other ideologies. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Oh, we water under the earth. Now trip off this. Making graven images of Mashiach. We all know he wasn't no heathen that looked like Jax Taylor from the Sons of Anarchy. We all know he don't look like Charles Manson. But guess who else we know he don't look like? Free Case Ray from Israel United in Christ. This Negro putting his face on coffee mugs. And gonna try to act like we can't see that that's a picture of him with gray hair. That's pure violation, boy. With that whole IUIC situation that's going on, man. That's pure madness going on with that. That's a whole nother topic. But right now, we about to deal with the whole graven image part. This Negro that made an image of the Messiah, and he put his face up as the image. You understand? That's him. All you gotta do is look at a picture of him and look at the picture that they got on their shirts and on their coffee mugs. It's Nathaniel Ray. A child can see it. You see, a child can see that. You're not supposed to be making no graven images of Mashiach. You feel me? Or his father, or the angels. We all know they look like us, believe it at that. Who gonna pose for the picture? No graven images, right? Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, Yahweh, thy power, am a jealous power, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. Do y'all see that? Y'all see that? Look, this is a serious power we deal with. He's like, look, if you dealing with another God, you understand, and you done made an idol to that God, and you bowing down and you serving that God, look, I'm jealous. I'm the one that just killed Egypt for you. What you doing setting up something else? I will visit your iniquity, upon your children 3 to 4 generations down the line, man. You don't want that for your family. You don't want to become an enemy of the Most High. That's what you need to do. You need to obey. Notice in this Torah portion, we're dealing with government. We're dealing with administration. We're dealing with positions within government. And now we got to deal with what? Legislation, law. What kind of government don't have a law? The do's and the don'ts. You see? This Torah is your actual constitution, Israel. This is our constitution. You understand? Get into it. Fall in love with it. Fall in love with the Bible. You understand? Meditate on it. Wonder what the Most High, I wonder what this means with this. I wonder what this means. Let me look this up. You feel me? Like go on a treasure chest hunt or something. dealing with the scriptures. That's how I treat the scriptures. I treat it like it's a treasure chest hunt or something. I be constantly looking for Jews. You know what I'm saying? I'm constantly looking for something else. Be like, oh, and they be coming, man. They be coming. I be like, well, I got to share with the family. That's what it is. You understand? Like the first time I clicked on that salvation and seen it said Yahshua, I dropped my phone. I dropped my phone. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, man. It said right there. You see? And then that put a deeper spin on Paul was saying that was Messiah with us leaving Egypt. And then we go read the story about us leaving Egypt. And the word Moses used for salvation is Yahshua. He did. Well, I couldn't have gotten that unless I was already on a treasure chest hunt. Like, okay, let me see what else Paul was saying about it. You know what I'm saying? Treat the Bible like it's a treasure chest hunt, man. It's adventurous. You'll never get bored. You never get bored. You be up every day trying to figure out some more Jews. Like, oh, wait. You'll be thanking the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. And verse 6, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. I have mercy on whom I will have mercy. All right? Well, He gonna have mercy on you, man, if you love Him and keep His commandments. That's what the love of Yahweh is. It's being obedient to Him. Love is action, right? In this late hour, we need to get up out of that. Yeah, that's all we doing. You know, I just told boss baby, my little baby, my youngest daughter. I tell her, I love you. I love you. Yeah, you know, you do that as parents and all that. You know what I'm saying? But those words don't mean nothing unless I show her. You understand? She know what daddy got to put that in action. I got to show her I love her. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And all praise to the Most High. I ain't never scared of no babies, man. Babies actually keep me on my toes. It be almost funny watching their little minds, like cultivating their little minds. It'd be off the chain to me, boy. I'd be like, wow, and how quick they grasp onto something. Especially if you like feed them with righteousness, man. It is off the chain. Yeah. So trip up that. He's saying, showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of Yahweh thy power in vain. For Yahweh will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. You understand? The name of the Most High. Let's go here to name right here. You're going to see what name actually means. Shem in Hebrew actually means his authority, his character. You understand? This ain't got nothing to do with pronunciation. A lot of people get caught up in there too. He say Yahweh, he say Yahuwah, he say Yahweh, he say Yahweh, he say Yahweh. I don't know where they getting that from, actually. Yahweh. It's like you turn the hay into a K or something like that. I don't even get that. But taking his name in vain has nothing to do with pronunciation. All right? It has nothing to do with pronunciation. And what you're going to see down here, if we get into it, outline of biblical usage, name, reputation. Huh? Don't take the reputation of Yahweh in vain. His fame, his glory. All right, the name is designation of God, memorial, monument. Now down here, Shem. And that's why Noah's son name was Shem, meaning name. A primitive word, perhaps rather from 7760, with the idea of definite and conspicuous position. Compare 8064. Trip off this, an appellation as a mark or memorial of individuality, by implication, honor, authority, character. You don't want to take the authority or the character of Yahweh in vain. Well, what authority, what character was he giving us? He's giving us his law. He's giving us his law. You read the name of the Most High right now, or the authority or the character of the Most High right now, when you get into his commands, his laws, and his statutes. So when it says, thou shalt not take the name, you can replace name with character, with authority. Thou shalt not take the character of Yahweh thy God in vain. Yahweh will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Esau did that. Esau looked at the covenant of the Most High like it was scrap, sold it off for some lentils. You understand? This was wild in his whole life, right? You are not to do that. You don't take this covenant. You don't take this knowledge. You understand? Like it's worthless. What does vain mean? Vain is worthless. So don't take the character of Yahweh thy God in vain. What is vain? 77:23 in the Hebrew. And it's shower, a shav, shower, a shav. And it means vanity, right? Emptiness, vanity, falsehood, nothingness. You looking at the character or the covenant of the Most High like it ain't about nothing. Huh? You would trade it off for some lentils if you had to. You looking at this truth like it ain't nothing. You don't hold this truth close to you like you would hold your woman. You understand? It's nothing to you. It ain't about nothing. The character of the Most High don't mean nothing. Shorty can't eat no books, B. That's your mindset. See, but the Most High said, if you take my character or my name, my authority in vain, his name and his authority is his word. You understand? His commands, his law. Israel is called by the Most High's name. We ain't called Yahweh, right? We are called by his authority because he gave us his law. We the ones he gave the authority to. And we are not to take this prized possession, this precious faith, and look at it like it's nothing. Most High will not hold you guiltless. Huh? Meaning you're not innocent. All right? Don't get put on his hit list. Right? Don't be one of them talking about the Bible. Don't be like that. Don't be like that. All right? Right here, verse 7. Verse 8. Verse 8. Remember the Shabbat day to keep it holy. Ooh-wee, that's beautiful. Remember. Now, he's saying remember. Remember is a core. The other one says keep or guard the Sabbath day in Deuteronomy, but this one says remember. Now, if we go back to Exodus, the 16th chapter, if you recall, he trained us for the Sabbath with the manna bread. Gather in your manna for 6 days. On the 6 days, double up, so you ain't got to go out in the field on the Sabbath to gather in food. Matter of fact, it won't even be out there on the Sabbath. Double up. You understand? So remember, Zakor, remember. Right? How are they remembering something they were never taught? Yeah, they were taught it a few chapters back. And the Shabbat go all the way back to Genesis, the 2nd chapter. Adam kept the Shabbat. So remember the Shabbat day to keep it holy. 6 days shall thou labor and do all thy work. Right? But the 7th day is the Shabbat of Yahweh, thy power. In it thou shalt not do any work. Thou, nor thy servant, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. Y'all see that? Your servants or your slaves can't even work on the Sabbath. That's law, right? You got men servants and maid servants. You got cattle. Get used to it. You a nation, right? You a nation and you got servants, men and women. You got a cattle. You know, there may be a stranger within your gate. You dig? But no work is to be done. Everything that's up under your dominion gotta serve and must worship the true and living creator of heaven and earth, period. You understand? So when we rule and your slaves don't have an option to go serve Zeus, you understand? To go serve Buddha. It's get down or lay down. You see? All right. 6 days shall thou labor and do all thy work. And also let me address this too. Say you don't work 6 days a week. That's a vibration. When you must work 6 days. What if you only work part-time, 3 days out of the week? Does that mean the Sabbath day can be violated? Of course not. See, watch these little subtle doctrines. You did. When you first got to work, if you ain't working 6 days already, you might as well go on out there on the Sabbath and do work anyway because you didn't work your 6. Don't be so simple. See how slick the devil is, man. The devil is subtle. He don't come off. You know, a lot of y'all think the devil come off bold as a lion, but he don't. He's real subtle and funny. He's real subtle and charming, funny. Will say a few things, and before you know it, your guard's down and you be in full-fledged rebellion mode. Just because you don't work 6 days a week, in which a lot of people don't. A lot of people only work 5 days a week. But just because you don't work 6 days a week does not mean you got the right to violate Shabbat when it comes. That's not what the scripture is saying. That's how the scripture said. You know what I'm saying? Your aim should be to work 6 days a week, but a lot of people only work 5 days a week, or 3 days a week, or 4 days a week. But the whole thing is when a certain phrase is said, like, well, you first must work 6 days. And if you ain't worked 6 days, then how are you keeping the Sabbath anyway? Because you didn't work 6 days. And then the brother start formulating his mind, well, damn, if I ain't worked 6 days this week already, well, technically I can violate the Sabbath and go give me some money because I didn't work 6 days. 6 days is part of it. I have to work 6 days to rest for the 7th. If I don't work 6, I can work on the 7th. Stop that, man. That's dangerous. That's dangerous. No, honor the Shabbat day every week. You understand? Every week. That's right, sis. That means you got more time to prep. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's saying we can't keep the Sabbath. Yeah, okay. Keep playing around. Keep playing around. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, we know what work is, huh? You know what I'm saying? Know what it is. I ain't even really know. I mean, here, I ain't got to mean my definition to go. Let's go. $43.99. Work. $43.99. You got brothers making up all type of excuses. It's almost just like, look at work. Work is malaka. Malaka is almost like malak, which means king or the rule. We work. 129 times. Business 12 times. Workman 7 times. Workmanship 5 times. Goods twice. Cattle 1. Stuff thing. All right. So we got work and we got business. All right. Occupation. Work. Business. Occupation. Business. Property. Work. Something done or made. Workmanship. Service. Use of business. Political. Religious. Right here. It says properly, deputyship, i.e., ministry, generally employment. Employment. Work is employment, never servile, or work abstractly or concretely, also property, as a result of labor, business, cattle, industrious, occupation, or occupied, officer, thing made, use, manner of work, all that. So, I mean, even down to when it says generally employment. Right? Well, I mean, whatever you're doing, say you doing whatever you're doing to put a little money in your pocket. You working. You working. Stop it. You working. All right. Now, if you find yourself in a position like that, you can always pray to the Most High, like I done did plenty of times, and the heathen had to tap out. You feel me? Give me the Shabbat off. Yeah, we also got paperwork that need to get certain things need to get sent in, and so be it. You can fight for your Shabbat. You know what I'm saying? You definitely can fight for your Shabbat. What you don't want to do is get in the habit of trying to find a loophole to violate the Shabbat, man. I don't witness that so much, man. Don't quit trying to find a loophole to do something. Feel me? Take advantage of the Sabbath, man. Rest, meditate, pray, study. You understand? Enjoy your children. Relax. You know what I'm saying? And the whole thing is prepare the day before. If you prepare, you ain't got to worry about violating. Just prepare. Prepare. You got to. Yes, there's a prep day every week. You dig? You got Negroes speaking against preparation. It's a prep day every week for this rest that we must go into. Just real talk. You understand? And if you're not careful, you'll find yourself in the club on Friday nights. You know what I'm saying? Working on cars on Saturday morning. Talking about you keeping the Sabbath. You dig? Hustling, DJing. I mean, whatever. You mean doing stuff that you ain't forced. You don't have to go do that. You be like, well, you know, man, I got bills. Who don't? Who don't got bills? Who don't? You gonna die in debt. What you mean? You gonna die in debt. Yes. You gonna die owing these heathens. So stop playing around as if, you know what I'm saying, you can just treat the Shabbat like any. No, you're supposed to prep for the Shabbat. We understand if emergencies come up, but how many of us prep just in case an emergency do come up? We don't do it. We lazy. The Most High say ain't no work to be done, man. Focus on me. All right. For in 6 days Yahweh made heaven and earth, the sea and all that in them is, and rested the 7th day. Wherefore Yahweh blessed the Shabbat day and hallowed it. Honor thy father and thy mother. Exactly. That thy days may be long upon the land, which Yahweh thy power giveth thee. It's commandment number 5. Honor thy father and thy mother. And that's something that we've gotten away from as a people, man. We done gotten away from that as a people, where there's no order. Once again, there's no respect for the elders, none of it. People were kabod, honor. All right, not in the bad sense, like they're going right here. All right. Make oneself heavy. We're looking for the good sense of it, y'all, not in the bad sense. Down here, it says, being make glorious things, glory, very great, not grievous. Prevail, promote to honor, be rich. You understand? Basically, respect and reverence your parents, man. That's what that's going into. One of it is to be rich, be honorable, be glorious, right up here. The bad part about it is to be grievous, to be burdensome, all that extra stuff. To be honored, there go another. You understand? So basically have a deep reverence and respect for your father and your mother. Period. You understand? Period. And parents got to stop being afraid to check their children just because they got an option to hotline you. You scared to check them. So this heathen still winning. Got me messed up. Well, a child gonna get checked before they blink around me. I don't even play that. It don't even matter if it ain't mine. I'm telling you, the bros I roll with, boy, I'm telling you. Well, let us catch your son disrespecting you, one of the sisters, in front of us. Man, look, we gonna throw him in the bullpen. You crazy. Take him right over to I'm gonna take him right over to all the bros. We're gonna put him right in the bullpen. I guarantee you ain't even gonna recognize little Timmy tomorrow. He gonna be, hey, look, he gonna be singing a whole nother note. We do not play that. All right. Thou shalt not kill, which is murder, shedding innocent blood. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. That's powerful. You need to know that, man. Remember, millions of our people are receiving this law at the same time. Right? And don't forget the mountain. You're about to read it, verse 18. And all the people saw the thunderings and the lightnings and the noise of the trumpet and the mountain smoking. And when the people saw it, they removed and stood afar off. Did y'all hear that? That means the Most High, just everything that we just read, that means the Most High shouted all that down. Because that was the climate in which he revealed the 10 Commandments to us. In a very powerful, a very noisome environment. Thundering, lightning, trumpet blasting, mountain smoking, earthquaking, and he's shouting down the commandments. I am your power. Have no other gods before me. Earthquaking. Blue. Have no graven images. Blue. Don't take my name in vain. Blue. Like he's straight thundering down. And obviously he had to be speaking with authority because look at this next verse, Exodus 19. They said in the Moshe, our people, and they said in the Moshe, speak thou with us. You speak with us. And we were heard. But let not the Most High speak with us lest we die. Do y'all see that? Most High powerful. When he revealed himself to us, the climate in which he revealed his law, his holy oracles, his divine name to us was not a situation where jazz was playing. and we just was sipping wine. No, quite the contrary. You understand? Mountain was on fire, thunders, lightnings, earth was quaking, and a trumpet was blasting. And a trumpet was blasting. Y'all see that? And then he shouted down them commandments. And when the people saw that and heard all that, they told Moses, you go holler at the Most High, right? Then you go holler at the Most High, bring us back whatever he say. We don't want to hear his voice. Let us not speak with him unless we die. Woo! That's how powerful the Most High is, boy. Huh? So our people ask for a mediator when you're done talking. We ask for it. We ask for it. We ask for somebody to speak to God for us on our behalf. In this case, it was Moses. You understand? 20. And Moshe said unto the people, fear not, for Yahweh has come to prove you, that his fear may be before your faces, that you sin not. He said, look, don't be scared. The reason the Most High is revealing himself like this is to try and test you. Guess what? That you sin not. That you sin not. That you violate not the commands of the Most High. So he had to bring it out that way. All right. Verse 21. And the people stood afar off, and Moshe drew near into the thick darkness where Yahweh was. That show you that the cloud was beyond thick. It was dark. All right. All right. Trip off this. And the people stood afar off, and Moshe drew near into the thick darkness where Yahweh was. And Yahweh said unto Moshe, thus thou shalt say unto the children of Israel, ye have seen that I have talked with you from heaven. You shall not make with me gods of silver, neither shall you make unto you gods of gold. An altar of earth thou shalt make unto me, and shall sacrifice thereon thy burnt offerings and thy peace offerings, thy sheep and thine oxen in all places. While I record my name, I will come unto thee and I will bless thee. So now you gotta, okay, well, this ain't God requires sacrifice, so you gotta know how to build this altar. You gotta know how to build his altar. Right? Can't just throw a pile of bricks together and say this is the altar of the Most High. Everything comes with instruction and order. All right. And if thou will make me an altar of stone, thou shalt not build it of hewn stone, meaning carved stone. Right. And on a scientific level, whatever you strike, like whatever you like say you take away from something that has not been carved, like take an axe and chop it or whatever, it take away its force. Like they measured it. They do all type of scientific studies based off the Torah all the time. Like, okay, we take a piece of stone that has never been hewn, never been chopped, you know what I'm saying, and we chop it, it changes not only its magnetic field, but the power behind it. Feel me? Straight changes the magnetic field behind it and everything, man. It's crazy. But trip off that. They say, and if thou make me an altar of stone, thou shalt not build it of hewn stone. For if thou lift up thy tool upon it, thou hast polluted. Neither shall thou go up by steps unto mine altar, that thy nakedness be not discovered thereon. Hallelujah. So that's that Exodus 20 right there. I got a few quick ones in Isaiah 9 to show y'all this is a government we talking about, not a religion, a government. And there's many ranks and administrations and different jobs within the government or the body of Messiah. We read earlier in the body of Messiah, one of the administrations was government. Yeah, yeah. And there's certain people that got ingenuity skills amongst us, man. They actually are very good at organizing and putting things together. That's government. That's putting people in the right position to accomplish a task. That's governing. All right. Isaiah 9:6-8, the prophecy of Yahweh. For unto us a child is born. All right. Unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder. Hold on, y'all. Let me go ahead and put the chords on there. We can get that together. Put the strongs on there. We almost done. I know y'all getting restless a little taste. But what else is the exiled nation to do? After the Most High clearly show you he's with you, you have to be structured and organized, and then you must receive and be open to receive the instruction and laws of the Almighty. We got to be able to govern ourselves. You understand? And that's what this whole Torah portion was about. This thing that we in, y'all, is a government. It's a nation. It is not a religion. You understand? And there's a lot of people in this late hour playing this thing like it's a religion, and it's not. It has nothing to do with religion. Everything to do with your nation, and even before that, your spirit. These are divine laws shouted to us from heaven. From the heavens, he gave this to us. You understand? So let us stop playing around. So for unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government, 49:51, and the government shall be upon his shoulder. This definition of government. It says Mishra or Mishra, or other brothers say Mashara. Mashara. Shout out to the brothers too. There's a lot of brothers down in Atlanta right now. May the Most High bless you, brothers. Keep all you brothers down there. There's a lot of Israelites in Atlanta right now. They call it the Mashara, the government of Israel, Mashara Yasharallah. You know what I'm saying? At some of them Hebrew summits. But those right here, government, right? Rule, dominion, government, Strong's definition. It also means empire. Now, y'all know in a government or in an empire, there are many different ranks, different jobs and administrations. Feel me? So Messiah is bringing a kingdom or a government, y'all, a ruling body. That's what he's bringing. That's the prophecy of him. All right. So it says, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. Of the increase of his government and peace, there shall be no end upon the throne of David and upon his kingdom, to order it and to establish it with judgment and with justice from henceforth even forever. The zeal of Yahweh Zabaoth will perform this. The Most High sent the word into Yaakov, and they have light upon Yisrael, hallelujah. I want to show y'all this too, to show y'all in this kingdom, different ranks in administration, judges, all of it. Matthew 19, we're going to go to 27 to 30 real quick. 27 to 30. We almost done. About government. You understand? It's about nation. It ain't about all that extra you be seeing. A lot of these men up and women are playing religion out here. That's what they playing. They're not playing, they're not going by the manuscript. Not the manuscript they going by. Feel me? If you only dealing with the Bible, you feel me, and only in aspects of it that make you comfortable. You understand? You're not dealing with the Bible in its entirety. You're not dealing with the Bible in its entirety. All right. Matthew 19:27. Then answered Cephas, Peter, and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? Yahushua, Yod-Heh-Wah-Shen-Ayan, and Yahushua said unto them, Verily I say unto you, ye which have followed me in the regeneration, not reincarnation, regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, he also shall sit upon the 12 thrones, judging 12 tribes of Israel. Do you see that? So he told his immediate 12 disciples, you follow me, right? You don't forsook all, follow me in the regeneration or in the resurrection. When is the regeneration? When the son of Adam or the son of man shall sit in the throne of his glory, which is something that has not happened yet, right? Ye, talking to the 12, Peter and them, also shall sit upon, ye also sit upon the 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. Do y'all see that? Do y'all see that? In Yahushua's kingdom, the disciples have a rank of being judges. They're going to be judging the 12 tribes of Israel, judging between certain controversies, judging between, certain things that should be done and shouldn't be done. Right? The hard things go to Hamashiach, the little things get handled by the lower courts. They even do that today. Like they'll let the lower courts handle certain things, and if it's real big, it make it to where? The Supreme Court. If it's major league big, it goes up to the Supreme Court. But if it's little, it ain't getting past, you know what I'm saying? It's the circuit court. Should I say the circus court? They ain't getting past that. You see? So all of this is in the scripture. He just let them know, you follow me. Look, I got a position of rank and authority and glory for you. You got a throne, which means you're going to have dominion. You're going to be judging your nation. Ooh-wee. See that? Matthew 19:29. And everyone that have forsaken houses or brethren or sisters or father or mother or wife or children or lands for my name's sake or for his character, his authority, right, shall receive 100-fold and shall inherit everlasting life. That's a promise, man. See that? That's a promise. It's a promise. Right? You forsake all and dedicate your life to something higher than you. Dedicate your life to the most highest mission that he gave his son. Submit yourself to that. Submission to be under the mission of Yahushua. That's what you got to promise, man, to receive 100-fold. Who don't want 100-fold? But many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be what? The last shall be first. All right. 2 Timothy 1, 2 Timothy 1, or 2 Timothy 2, 1-5, real quick. I got that. Timothy 2. Real quick, and showing you, even with Paul was telling Timothy, man, hey, commit what I'm giving you, the same commit to faithful men who can teach others also. That's right. All law is based off divine law. That's right. All right. Who is this son? That's where I go. Look, Howard Brown, I go right there. Whenever somebody talking about ain't no Messiah in the New Testament, man, who was the son in Isaiah 9:6-8? I'll wait. All right, 2 Timothy 2. 2 Timothy 2. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 1-5. All right, let's get it. All right. Thou therefore, my son, be strong. Y'all see that? We don't got a commandment to be weak in this truth. Be strong. Be strong in the grace that is in Hamashiach Yahushua. And the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men who shall be able to teach others also. That's your mission out here. If you out here teaching and leading, the whole thing is to raise up faithful men who could teach others also. You understand? That way, when you ain't around, the mission still goes on. Huh? See, commit this to faithful men who can teach others also. See that? Verse 3, another requirement for leading right here. Thou therefore endure hardness. Endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua the Messiah. Do you see that? Endure hardness. Whatever you're going through, brothers and sisters, endure that. Get through it. Take them fiery darts like badges of honor. Scripture say endure hardness as a good soldier of the Messiah. Expect it to happen. Huh? No man that warreth. If you in this spiritual war right here, no man that warreth entangles himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a what? A soldier, not a cheerleader, a soldier. If you in this spiritual war right here, we don't entangle ourselves with the affairs of this life. I ain't getting in no bar fights over the Super Bowl. I ain't getting in no shootouts because Nicki Minaj don't like Cardi B. I can care less about the affairs of this life. You dig? If you in this spiritual war right here, you don't entangle yourself with the affairs of this life, that you may please your creator because he chose you to be a soldier. Nah, you don't want that. You rather be a cheerleader. You rather be a spectator. You rather sit at home and run your mouth instead of doing what the truth is. Verse 5. And if a man also strive for masteries, yet is he not crowned, except strive lawful. That's something we need to know. You're not going to be crowned and given no type of reward unless you what? Strive lawfully. All right. We got to, in other words, in order for us to get crowned, we got to be obedient, do what thus saith the Most High. Halal Lord Yah. All right. Show y'all one more time. This is all about kingdom. This is all about rulership, right? But we must get ourselves together. Let's get ourselves together and gather ourselves together. And y'all, that simply means start open up the lanes of dialogue and start talking to your people. That's it. That's it. You know when you hear something crazy, a Negro come up, walk up on you, talking about he the angel of the presence, or you know when you hear something mad, the Negro talking about he the Holy Spirit, the rock. Yeah, I get the hell out of here with that, man. But look, people like that are the minority, believe it or not, in this walk. Everybody don't believe that fat Negro that made a doll of himself in New York. It's the Holy Spirit. Not even brothers that come out of there. You see, get yourself together, man. All right, Revelation 2:25. But that which ye have already hold fast till I come. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, him will I give power over the nations. Y'all see that? We overcome, and if we endure hardness as a good soldier, guess what we getting in? Power to rule, power over these nations. The very nations that is ruling you right now. You see, that's beautiful. That's the gospel, man. That's the gospel. That's the truth. We get power over the nations, right? And he shall rule them with a rod of iron. At the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my father. You see that? So the very authority that Yahweh shall get from his father, he gonna pass down to his faithful elect to not only judge Israel, but judge the nations. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron. As the vessels of a potter shall they, who is the they? The nations. Shall the nations be broken to shivers, even as I received of my father. Y'all see that? It's a glorious war, man. Right? If we overcome and keep this truth until the end, we get crowned. We get power over the nations. You understand? It's going to be a righteous dictatorship, and we are going to rule them with a rod of iron. Guess what that means? It's going to be a tight ship. We're going to run a tight ship. It ain't going to be the funnies. We're going to run a tight ship. All right? So all praises, glory, and honor to the Most High, the owner, creator, and possessor of all things. Deuteronomy 1 is a good one too, but let me do that real quick before we get out of here. We can do that real quick. Deuteronomy, the first chapter. I think y'all like that 1 through 18 real quick. That's our last chapter. Y'all go ahead and throw a psalm up in there, closing psalm, so we can get our prayer on. Yeah, I feel you. I don't care about that Negro either. I will be careful, my sister Shiloh Williams. Be careful. I already know, like when you're pregnant, that baby need to eat. It depends on how long she fasting. You understand? Then even after the baby, the mother, in order to produce breast milk, gotta have certain nutrients, or she'll dry out. So when pregnant and having a newborn, you actually got to be careful in praying. I mean, not praying, fasting. Please forgive me. Pray without ceasing. You know what I'm saying? But when you're pregnant and when you're nursing, you actually got to be careful with your fasting, because while you're nursing, you can dry out. You understand? And while you're pregnant, depending on how long you fasting, that baby need, you understand, to be fed constantly. It's just what it is. All right. We'll put the first psalm up in there. 100 came out first. 100, 105, 92. Chantel Prescott. You like that Psalm 5, don't you, Shebrew? We ain't get it last night. Y'all willing. You did throw that up last night. I gotta be first. Chantel Prescott called that out last night. We actually went to what Psalm we read? I forgot what he read. So we gonna do that. We gonna end with Psalm the 5th chapter. It's all good. I know it's the first in the chat today, man. But the sister actually put the Psalm 5 up last night. And Gaza City Giddy read something else. I had peeped it later on. I was like, ah, man. Print Blake, Shalom, Aki, what's the word? Yeah, we're going to get that Psalm 5. All right, y'all, Deuteronomy 1 is up on here. We're going to read these 18. We're going to read these 18 verses. Yeah, Giddy read Psalm 62 last night. He sure did. All right, Deuteronomy 1. We're going to read verse 1 through 18. These be the words which Moshe These be the words which Moshe spake unto all Israel on this side of the Jordan in the wilderness in the plain over against the Red Sea between Paran and Tephel and Laban and Hazeroth and Dizahab. There are 11 days journey from Horeb by the way of Mount Seir unto Kadesh Barnea. So they let you know on foot how long this took. And it came to pass in the 40th year, in the 11th month, on the first day of the month, that Moses spake unto the children of Israel, according to all that Yahweh had given him in commandment unto them, after he had slain Sihon, king of the Amorites. Moses was in the wilderness killing kings and all that, man. Man, we got mighty, man. We got mighty forefathers, man. You know what I mean? We got a mighty power. All we gotta do is be obedient, man. That's it. All right. After he had slain Sihon, the king of the Amorites, which dwelt in Heshbon, and Og, the king of Bashan, which dwelt in Ashtoreth and Edrei. On this side Jordan, in the land of Moab, began Moses to declare this law, saying, Yahweh our God, Eloheinu, spake unto us in Horeb, saying, Ye have dwelt long enough in this mount. Turn you and take your journey and go to the mount of the Amorites and unto all the places nigh thereunto in the plain and the hills and in the vale and in the south and by the seaside to the land of the Canaanites and unto Lebanon and to the great river, the river Euphrates. Behold, I have set the land before you. Go in and possess the land which Yodewai swore unto your fathers, Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, to give unto them and to their seed after them. That's our land. Jerusalem is ours when you're done talking. All right. Shout out to my brothers. There's actually brothers and sisters are actually in the land, living over there. You know what I'm saying? At least a decade or more. Yahoo, did Deuteronomy 1:9. And I spake to you at that time, saying, I am not able to bear you myself alone. But trip off this. That's the advice that his father-in-law Jethro gave him. So now he's recounting him setting up different administration and ranks within the government, within the nation. You know what I'm saying? So right here, Yahweh, your power have multiplied you. Behold, you are this day as the stars of heaven for multitude. Hallelujah. Yahweh, power of your fathers make you 1,000 times so many more as ye are, and bless you as he have promised you. How can I myself alone bear your cumbrance, your burden, and your strife? Right? This Moses like, I can't do this all by myself. You did. Take you wise men and understanding and known among your tribes, and I will make them rulers over you. You see that? The different ranks and administrations within the body of a Mashiach. You understand? Everybody got different jobs to play, man. Every Knesset, every congregation, every camp, everybody got a different job to play within this. All right? Take you wise men and understanding and known among your tribes, and I will make them rulers over you. And he answered me and said, the thing which thou hast spoken is good for us to do. So I took the chief of your tribes, wise men, and known, and made them heads over you, captains over thousands, and captains over hundreds, and captains over 50s, and captains over tens, and officers among your tribes. Y'all see that? And I charged your judges at that time, saying, hear the causes between your brethren. You see that? Right? This is what we're supposed to be doing as a people. Problems come up, we need to be hearing what's going on. All right? Right? Hear the causes between your brethren and judge righteously between every man and his brother and the stranger that is within him. So it's about this. The judges couldn't judge how they wanted to. Since when a judge getting his feelings and just, I'm talking about a judge in the Bible, that is, a righteous judge. Since when in the law are we allowed to get in our feelings and arrive at a decision based off our emotion? You ain't got that. Look, he said, and I charge your judges at that time, saying, hear the causes between your brethren and judge righteously between every man and his brother and the stranger that is within him. Everybody must be, it must be an equal and a righteous judgment across the board, whether it be between you, your brethren, or the stranger that is lodging amongst you. It got to be equity, meaning equal across the board. The Most High's judgment can't be different for you, you feel me? And different for him. It got to be one law for you and the stranger. Everybody must be in submission and in subjection to the eternal law of the Heavenly Father. Period. In the story. Everybody, man, woman, and child. All right. What about this? You should not respect persons, meaning have favorites. Right? You should not respect persons in judgment. Just because I'm cool with you, if you did something that was off, you got to get rebuked and told about yourself, man. So you can repent and get better. All right. So you should not respect persons in judgment, but ye shall hear the small as well as the great. Ye shall not be afraid of the face of man. So it don't matter if he a heavy hitter out here in Israel. It don't matter if he been in the truth 30 plus years. If he's going off according to the scripture, guess what? We got to tell him. We can't have respect of persons just because the brother taught you a lot of something like that. It got to be said. You got to bring it out. All right. You should not be afraid of the face of man, for the judgment is Yahweh's, and the cause that is too hard for you, bring it unto me. I will hear it. And I commanded you at that time all the things you should do. Y'all see that? Everything. This is a nation. This is not a religion. It's a nation. This is a righteous nation at that. Order by any means necessary. Feel me? Well, I pray all y'all got some understanding thus far. We've been going for a little bit. All praises, glory, and honor. It's up on the thing, but I'm about to stop screen sharing. We're going to Psalm, close out. We're going to Psalm the 5th chapter. We basically touched everything with this Torah portion right here. You know what I'm saying? So I pray everybody got some understanding. It's nighttime here in the STL. That's why I look a little dark up in here. You dig? But all praise, glory, and honor to the Most High, the owner, creator, and possessor of all things. Want to thank y'all for y'all prayers. Thank y'all for y'all support. Y'all prayers very much appreciated. All praises, glory, and honor. Shout out to my Yaki Mo. He got his free health seminar here in the STL at 3 p.m. Nehemiah got the address and all that. Aki, if you're listening, go ahead and post it on up in here. All praise to the Most High. I'm about to sit on back, probably watch me a few movies, eat, you know what I'm saying, hang back with the fam for a little taste. But all praise to the Most High, owner, creator, and possessor of all things. Long live his anointed, beloved Son in the hearts and minds of the faithful elect. That's right, righteous judges. All right. Bro say, dang, what I missed. I thought you was on her. What you mean what you missed? It's all good, man. The rebroadcast will be up shortly. Bing, bing, bing. They going live. Who going live? Bang, bang. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. All right, y'all. So everybody get up, face Jerusalem. Handle your business. All right. Y'all get up, y'all face Jerusalem. We gonna pray out. Psalm the 5th chapter. Y'all in here. Y'all ready to pray? Y'all say Shalom.
Shalom.
Man. That's right, little baby. Yeah, I keep them more. You doing this thing tomorrow. I don't know if he's going live from up there, but it'll be a lot of information, man. Be a lot of information. I'm pretty sure he's gonna record it. Dina Sky, all praise to the Most High. Our Lord Yah, Kerry Sims, our Lord Yah, all praise. Yeah, I'm gonna stay warm, Shebrew. What you mean? I'm gonna stay warm. All right, y'all. Psalm chapter 5. If you're a woman, cover the top of your head. If you're a man, uncover the top of your head. We're gonna read this Psalm the 5th chapter. We're gonna close on out. What them little jokers are? Yeah, tell them come here. Tell them come on. All right. Yeah, little joker. Come on, man. Right there. Right, spread forth them hands. Let's get it. Y'all serve y'all God, don't y'all? Yo! That's right, little jokers. What I'm talking about. All praise. All right, so Psalm the 5th chapter. That's right, little baby. That's right, boss baby. Psalm the 5th chapter. To the chief musician upon Nealoth. Psalm of David. Give ear to my words, O Yodhe wife. Consider my meditation. Hearken unto the voice of my cry, my king and my power. For unto thee will I pray. My voice shall thou hear in the morning, O Yah. In the morning will I direct my prayer unto thee, and will look up. For thou art not a power that hath pleasure in wickedness, neither shall evil dwell with thee. The foolish shall not stand in thy sight. Thou hatest all workers of iniquity. Thou shalt destroy them that speak leasing. Yahweh will abhor the bloody and deceitful man. But as for me, I will come into thy house in the multitude of thy mercy, and in thy fear will I worship toward thy holy temple. Lead me, O Yahweh, in thy righteousness, because of my enemies. Make thy way straight before my face, for there is no faithfulness in their mouth. Their inward part is very wickedness. Their throat is an open sepulchre. They flatter with their tongue. Destroy thou them, O Yah. Let them fall by their own counsels. Cast them out in the multitude of their transgressions, for they have rebelled against thee. But let all those that put their trust in thee rejoice. Let them ever shout for joy, because thou defend them. Let them also that love thy name be joyful in thee. For thou, Yahweh, will bless the righteous with favor, for thou can pass him as with a shield. Hallelujah! Selah! Yo! Yes, sir. Hallelujah. Selah. Hallelujah. Selah. All praises, glory, and honor to the Most High. All right, to the next time, family. I'm about to get out of here, fall back a little taste. May the Most High continue to bless us and shine upon us. I pray everybody got felt that prayer. And until the next time, I'm gonna get on off here and fall back for a little bit. Y'all got any questions? Go ahead and email me out in humilitystl@gmail.com. Y'all will see Zion sooner than later. Y'all. Shalom.